What's going on, all you fine people out there?
What's up?
Should I stay over here, or should I go over to my normal spot?
Hey, whatever you come, there you go. Hey, WTF, everybody! Welcome to Funkatopia.
That's right, WTF. Welcome to Funkatopia, and man, it's great that. Wow, we have a very, very special show today where we are going to be doing the official album release party for Mychael Gabriel. And let me just tell you, I just can't. It's going to be an amazing show. We are doing the pre-show right now. So you got about 10 minutes with us where we kind of just welcome people in and let them kind of come on board and hang out and just say hello to everybody. But yeah, it's going to be a blast. You're not going to want to be anywhere else. We're just, it's really cool. So Mychael Gabriel's worked with, everybody. He's currently the guitarist for Sheila E and doing a lot of touring there. George Clinton, John Legend, Her, Earth, Wind and Fire, George Duke, St. Vincent, Common, Beck, Snoop Dogg, Ringo Starr. The list just goes on and on and on. And he has got his brand new solo album, and this is the exclusive release tonight, right here, right where we sit. And let me tell you, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are ready for that. And man, I want to thank everybody for all your activity on Facebook. As many of you have probably seen over the past week or two, Facebook's kind of gone into a little bit of an explode zone, which is perfectly fine. We're perfectly okay with that. Shelby, hello. I know you've been sitting there for quite a while.
What's
Susie,
up, Shelby?
hello. Shirley from Philadelphia. Facebook user. I don't know why StreamYard just shows Facebook user.
Which person is that? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not friends anymore. Like on the group.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. And Adriana's in here. Of course, we got a couple of old school folks that are in here. I like my new shirt.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. It's good stuff.
Oh, it kind of fits perfectly.
Like mine. It's kind of open. Kind of.
I could do that if I wanted to. Yeah. I could, but why would I do that?
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I shouldn't, and I won't.
Not a t-shirt.
So we are in the middle of a pre-show. We got about 8 more minutes. We want to let everybody kind of come in and enjoy themselves. Titus, welcome.
Titus, what's happening?
Yeah, so there is a Maisha. There is a auction, a Facebook auction place that is called Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse.
Really?
And it's a private group, but you can look for it, Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse. You can look for it and you can join. And literally, it's a smaller group right now. So when they do auctions, you can get stuff for, really cool Prince collectibles, for legit Prince collectibles for relatively inexpensive. I've already spent like a lot of money. And I did not have an MPG Music Club shirt, and I've remedied that through Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome.
So now everybody's going to head there, and then what's going to end up happening is that I'm not going to be able to get those great deals anymore because I'm going to be bidded out. But I hope everybody's having a good time. All you fine folks. Claire, hello.
Claire,
Karen,
what's
hello.
happening? Karen.
Man,
Karen
all you fine folks. Yes. So tonight we're going to have a lot of fun. There could be special guests that pop in there. You just don't know what's going to happen tonight. It's going to be out of control.
It's going to be out of control.
6 minutes. Dougie Fresh, you're on.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun today. This is going to be
really. You didn't go
a blast.
On really?
No, hey,
left
man.
Me hanging on the.
Didn't you hear the? I got some of it. It sounded like a kind of crick in my neck, but it's still close enough.
I thought there was feedback or something.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like twitching.
There's Ben.
Yeah.
Ben is the overseer of Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse.
Well, hello, Ben.
Karen, hello again. Krista, hello. Yes, that's Karen. You love the shirt? That's where I got it. Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse.
Nice. I have to check that out. Check it out, definitely. Yeah. Just a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. Just making up words like that. This is going to be a killer show tonight. This is going to be a fun time. And all of you guys who are here early, I'm telling you, glad you're here. You guys are going to enjoy this.
There's going to be prizes given out tonight, too.
Prizes.
All kinds of crazy prizes. So I'm looking forward to that, which should be really interesting as well, because we got some videos that are happening tonight. And that, I mean, it's videos, live interviews with Mychael Gabriel and whoever happens to pop in. And I just, I'm excited. I'm excited. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we've been looking forward to this for a while. And looking forward to this. It's going to be a great time. And it happens in a mere 5 minutes from now. Welcome. 5 minutes from right now. Let's see if I can say that again. Welcome to the pre-show. This is Mr. Christopher. I forgot our introductions. This is Mr. Christopher, Funkatopia founder, CEO, God among many. My illustrious co-host, Mr. Jeff Page. Your audio went away.
Sorry, I was
like, where's the
I gave myself a silent
So we're having
my lips.
We've got some really, really cool shows that are going to be coming up in the coming weeks that we are trying to nail down. So stay tuned for sure, because it's going to be a blast. We've got some really, really cool shows, some stuff that you've seen pop up on the face. So anytime that you see activity regarding an artist that we don't normally talk about, maybe, just maybe, they might be on the way in the door to do a show. And my hair is all messed up. See, now look, Michael's going to come in here with all this amazing hair. And I am just like, I'm trying to say, Michael actually used a blow dryer in his, and I just, say, are you on mute again?
Sorry.
Why do you keep muting yourself?
I don't know.
Did you eat Mexican earlier? What's happening?
Yeah, that's right. I'm hiding the extra noise. The trumpets are playing.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much fun. Yeah, and we're gonna have to start right at 8:00 too. Right at 8 p.m. is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hammer right into it, because we got a lot to cover. Some really, really cool stuff. Also got to make sure that I've got like all the videos and stuff ready to go, because again, we're going to be doing some really, really cool video stuff. It's gonna
I was just thinking, you won't have to feel bad. Why don't we do this? Why don't we sell some Mychael Gabriel hair wigs? Then you can wear one of those. Then you don't have to worry about yours like that. I mean, he's got the do is like boom, right? And then you wear it, and just do a little shaky.
I don't even know what we're saying now.
I'm just saying you were, concerned.
Well, we already talked about that. I one of the things I'm happy about is that Mychael promised that he was going to write a song called "Easy on the Eyes." So
yes, that's right.
I'm looking forward to Michael's just to kind of see how he translates "Easy on the Eyes" into a musical composition. I'm really interested in hearing that. And but you're right. We do have this is a great idea for us to be able to market Mychael Gabriel wigs.
I mean,
it's got to be a thing.
I think it's already a thing.
If you want amazing hair like Mychael Gabriel, you just got to head to your latest, I don't know where you can buy it.
Funkatopia.com/hair.
Oh my God. All right. We only got like a couple more minutes left, even if that. Let's see here. We got like a little over 1 more minute to go before we start the show. This is not normally the mayhem. Well, actually it is. It is very, very typical of the mayhem that we have going on here. But
yeah. Hey, I still haven't gotten over the custard thing. I still haven't tried any custard. And one of these days I'm going to have to go out there and I'm going to do it.
I got to make sure that when I drink all night that the Falcons logo is showing.
What? Okay.
Even if they lose all year, I'm just happy that Matt Ryan's gone.
Sit the cup down, get a really long. I know, right?
Right. Listen. I love Matt Ryan. We don't want to talk about football.
No.
We don't talk about football, but I love Matt Ryan. I think he did great when he was here, but it was just. There was like a wrong combo somewhere. And so we're just going to have to see how this all plays out. But I'm loving what I'm seeing, even though they lost the second preseason game. It doesn't matter. They're looking.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, they look good. They look good. They look like there'll be a little bit of danger. Danger.
Yes. I mean, it's not going to be a Super Bowl year. But anyways, all right. We are getting close. We are like 5 seconds. All right, here we go. I'm going to do the signal and let's go into it, man. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Okay. All right. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Funkatopia. WTF. Welcome to Funkatopia.
WTF.
I am your host, Mr. Christopher. And of course, my co-host, Jeff Page, is here in the house. And tonight, we are celebrating a fantastic event, the release of the album Genesis by the one, the only Mychael Gabriel. And as I had mentioned before, many of you know Mychael because we're all Prince junkies and most of us go to the Sheila E concerts. You've probably seen him on the stage playing guitar for Sheila E, but you may also know him from his work with George Clinton, with John Legend, with her, with Earth, Wind and Fire, with George Duke, with St. Vincent, with Beck, with Common, with Snoop Dogg, with Hans Zimmer. It's just like, it's a laundry list of
busy guy. That's all I'm
like
saying.
A resume from, I can't even say hell. It's like, it's a heavenly resume. And he has blessed us tonight by appearing tonight with an album release party. An exclusive album release party that is happening here on Funkatopia and only here on Funkatopia.
That's right.
2 days before the album comes out. It comes out this Friday. So Friday, August 26th. And what's really, really cool is that, of course, you can pre-order the album. If you notice, there is a QR code up in the corner over there. That QR code, if you click it with your phone, you'll take you to funkatopia.com/Genesis, and you'll be able to see all of Mychael's social links as well as some of the singles that are available. Plus, on top of that, you can pre-order the album, and it's not that long of a pre-order. As I said, when you pre-order, you're only going to be waiting 2 days.
2 days. Come on.
Release is on Friday.
Right.
So we've got a lot to talk about. We are going to be playing the album in its entirety. And on top of that, what's really, really cool is that Mychael has created a lyric video for every single one of the songs. So not only we will be listening to the album tonight in pieces, like a couple of songs at a time, all the way through. And then he's going to talk a little bit about some of the material. And then after it's all over, we're going to play the album in its entirety, all the lyric videos in its entirety. Yes. And so it is going to be a lot of fun. So I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of what was going on, because I don't want to say that repeatedly, although I probably will.
Yeah, he's going to say it repeatedly. Plus, there will be giveaways and prizes and stuff like that tonight. We're actually going to have a blast. This is a party. So if you got your noisemakers and whatever else you bring to a party, get it. Pick it up now, because we're going to party. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, if you got some drinks and you want to sit back and chill and listen to some great new music that nobody else has heard yet, unless you bought the singles, then, it is. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let me welcome to the stage, to the Funkatopia live stage, the one and only Mychael Gabriel's in the house.
What's going on? Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so good to see you, man. How you feeling?
Oh, feeling great, Chris. Jeff, so
awesome.
Great to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
We made it.
We made it. We're here. We're here. It's a party.
It's a party.
It's officially a party now.
That's right.
So, again, I know that you're super excited about this album, and it's, I have never released an album. I have plenty of recordings. I have plenty of material that I've recorded over the years that could be put into albums, but I've never had an album, an official album release. And how does this feel?
It feels like the first step in a larger journey. I'm really excited for everybody to hear this music. I've been sitting with it for a really long time. And, that's the best way I could explain it. The first step in a much larger journey.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even, you have worked with so many artists, and I don't, I can't wrap my head around it, because people would I mean, musicians just in general would kill to have a resume like yours. And I know that I've kind of rambled off a bunch of people that you work with, like Earth, Wind and Fire and George Clinton and Tony, which I didn't say. I mean, and Gary Clark Jr., which is another one of my all-time favorite new artists and stuff. What is the process, speaking for other musicians out there who may be, looking to get into being able to work with a lot of different people? Do you become a studio musician? Is that how you kind of get your way into, or is it literally just a word of mouth scenario? How did you get so many jobs like this?
Yeah, so much of it is a word of mouth thing, and taking something positive from each and every experience and, carrying that with you onto the next thing, because, the more positive you're able to put out there, the more positive you're able to get in return.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
Well,
I mean, tonight is a very, very special night for you because, again, it is the official album release party for Mychael Gabriel's brand new album, Genesis, and also, which I'm also very excited about, the official video release party exclusively on Funkatopia. That video is for Let There Be Light, correct?
Yes. So excited for you guys to see this one. I was working hard. Sidebar. I'm also an editor, like a video editor. And so I was, I'm excited for you guys to see this.
This is awesome.
Keely asks, Mychael, how often do people spell your name wrong?
Oh man, story of my life. Actually, to go a step further, my full name is Sir Mychael, actually. And so that throws in a whole other thing.
Right, sir is official
is my
on
my birth certificate.
Now that's not with a Y, is it?
No,
that would be sire.
Yeah, let's not make it too confusing.
Wow.
Well, okay. Yeah. Well, I am super, super excited that you gave Funkatopia the opportunity to be able to help you out with this album release party. We broke out all the stops. I'm so glad that so many people have showed up because we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. You have created literally lyric videos for every single one of the songs that is on the album tonight. Yes. So we're going to get to experience it, listen to it with visuals, along with the actual lyrics. And I'll go ahead and pre-warn you guys, we have prizes that we're giving away all night if you watch these lyric videos. Well, how would you know if I watch a lyric video, Chris? Well, I'll tell you. Basically, what Mychael has done is he has taken his logo, which if you look at the QR code in the upper right-hand corner, what's over here, upper right-hand corner, Jeff, you might have to point to it because you're right next to it. You see that logo that's in the middle? That logo, it won't be that small. It's actually much larger in the video. That logo appears in these lyric videos, and it will pop in, and then it will disappear. And then a few lyrics may go by, and then it will pop in again and then disappear. You have to count how many times that logo appears in each one of the lyric video sets that we do. The videos that we have are 2 songs a piece, and you just count how many there are. The first person that indicates how many times that logo showed up, just put it in the chat area. If you're the first, you're going to win a prize, and we got all kinds of great prizes tonight. There is mystery gift boxes with guitar picks and sunglasses and necklaces. You can win a spot in a future music video. Mm-hmm. We also have other gift boxes. We have a special Zoom session with Mychael where you and Mychael can hang out via Zoom, and you can ask him and talk to him and do whatever you want. So not do whatever you want, but
well,
it's up to Mychael.
Look,
anyways,
control
all
that
these
a little
prizes
bit.
are going to be available tonight with this whole video thing. So it is a whole thing. Oh, is this the video with the logo to show?
That's the logo. Yeah.
Sweet.
This
that's
is
what
the
it looks
logo.
like. Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So you can actually see it a little bit larger. And do you like how I incorporated it into the QR code?
Hey, you're professional. You're professional, Chris.
So that's the logo you'll be looking for it won't be that big in the video. It won't be that small, but it won't be that big. But you're going to see this logo throughout each lyric video. Just count them and just tell us how many times it played, and you can win a prize.
Yeah. So, throw it in the chat.
Yeah,
exactly.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I was unprepared to show a larger version of that logo, so Mychael had my back. Ciao, ciao. All right.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you. I know. It's amazing that you found the time to put this project together between tours and with this schedule that you have. I mean, seriously, we really appreciate your first step choosing to come here to be with us, because you could have been anywhere. You could have gone anywhere that you wanted to, and you chose us. So we really do appreciate
you
that.
guys are my bros now, man. You guys are my bros. I've been looking forward to this for a minute.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. A full night of funk vibes here tonight. You're not going to find this or see this anywhere else. So I'm glad that you're here tonight. Again, tonight you're going to hear all of the tracks from the album that no one else has heard yet. I think people have only probably heard 2 of the songs. They've either heard Celebrate and maybe Let There Be Light, or if you haven't really been following Mychael since we talked to him in our last interview, you may not have heard any of them, but they're all friggin' fantastic. You don't get the resume that Mychael has without being a badass. And so therefore I can tell you this entire album is friggin' awesome. And if it wasn't, we wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be accommodating Mychael this way. And it is literally an honor to have him on here and releasing this album in this way.
Thank you guys. The honor is mine.
I mean, it's stop. Just friggin' stop. Just stop. So let's start obviously by welcoming our guest, Mychael Gabriel. How is the tour? A lot of people know that you're playing guitar with Sheila E. How is that tour with Sheila going right now? I want to kind of get some of the preliminary stuff out of the way. I mean, it looks like you guys are going to be in the Netherlands next week. Are you going to be part of that? And
yes, we're so looking forward to that. We did a couple dates on the East Coast, and now we're heading out to Europe. I think we have about 6 or 7 dates there. So it's just going to be a blast. It's always a blast. It's always kind of run and gun. Every day is jam packed with something to do. So it's exhausting, but it's thrilling at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I noticed, that I saw this with NPG's tour, and I don't know if it's just a matter of them not updating their website or updating their tour schedule or whatever, but this used to happen with Prince also. I think it's just something that happens on European tours, is that bands normally leave like a bunch of days open in the middle of shows that they have on the books, because you start off with like 3 shows on the schedule, and then all of a sudden all of these new dates start popping up. Right. I mean, is that what we're looking at here? Like, could you potentially go over there and then end up having another show somewhere else, like a pop-up show that just may just happen over that way?
Right. Potentially, it has happened in the past. As far as I know, I don't have the tour schedule right in front of me right now, but every day we're doing something. So yeah.
I think when I looked on, it was Bands in Town, I think they had Sheila E showing up in 3 shows, and there was just 3 shows in the Netherlands. That was all. And then it just kind of had a little bit of a break. And then I think you guys were popping into Detroit or something, but you're saying there's a bunch more shows that are not.
Yeah, there's at least 6 or 7. Yeah, for sure.
So, and this is probably an even more important and relevant question to what we're talking about here tonight. Are you planning on taking this new album that we're about to listen to, Genesis, on the road to tour, to do any type of support or anything?
Yeah, you know I am. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
I want to make
Oh man, I can't. I've been chomping at the bit to play these things live. So, I mean that's going to be happening either later this year, or first quarter of 2023. But yeah, I can't. That's been the part that I've been looking forward to probably the most, is playing these live. So there's going to be more information on that soon. But yeah.
Yeah. So do you already have a band in place, or what are you, something you're going to have to put together? I imagine you probably have quite a black book of musicians, but
yes. So I'm going through my Rolodex and assembling the A-team, the Avengers, whatever. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. Yeah, it's going to be real sweet.
There, you should, on drums, you should check out, there's this Escovedo girl. You should probably check her out. Do they call her the queen of percussion? Is that it? Yeah. So. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
She'd be available for you.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
She doesn't work. I think she doesn't work a lot. I know that she was looking for some gigs. So maybe give her a ring. Listen, when you tour, if you come anywhere near Atlanta or not just Atlanta, but any of the states that touch Atlanta, let us know because we'll definitely be there.
You know what's happening.
Absolutely.
You know what's happening.
We're coming out to play for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right. Go Babes.
So I will say this for all the listeners out there and viewers online, again, now would be a really good time to share to your friends. Let them know right now that this is where they need to be. Nowhere else even matters. I don't care if they're having a baby and in the hospital. Even then, they should be streaming the show in the hospital room. This is the place to be right now. This is the official Mychael Gabriel album release party. So there is nowhere else to be. We will be having prizes and all kinds of fun stuff, and you'll hear these records for the first time. This is exclusivity right now. So you are part of that group. Be here.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I could see. I just set the visual in my head. It's just like, oh, this is really cool. Is it a boy or a girl? Okay, I'm right there. It's gonna be funny. All right. Awesome. So I know. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Tell everybody to be here because you're not going to want to miss this because you're not going to be able to hear this album for at least another couple of days. So you are getting front row seats to something that nobody has heard yet. So, and before we get started, I want to kind of continue that conversation about aspiring musicians. And I know there's a lot of musicians who just kind of get stuck in a rut trying to write music. And then there are some folks like yourself that just can't sometimes just turn off that creative flow. So let's do a two-part question here. Sure. What is your motivation and what do you do to get motivated if you're unmotivated? Like, how do you put yourself into that zone as far as writing is concerned?
Right. I think a lot of it has to do with just being open and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Because then the inspiration can come from all sorts of places. Like I don't sit down and say, I'm going to write a song that sounds like this, or in this genre, or in this vein, just trying to be aware of my surroundings and being open to feel, because the way I write songs is a lot based on sentiment and feeling. And so some genres lend to a certain feeling more than others. Some instruments lend to a certain feeling more than others. And so my piece of advice would just be to be open, and then you'll absorb inspiration from a multitude of sources around you.
Yeah, because that was my next question was having you kind of explain your writing process. Like, is it drums first? Is it lyrics first? Or is it just kind of solely dependent on like the natural erratic nature of how a song might come together? And I think you just kind of answered that question.
Well, yeah, like Let Your Be Light. Well, actually, so Let Your Be Light is a really good example of that. I had this feeling of like, I want to be pumped up when I'm listening to this. I don't know what that means, but I gravitated towards my guitar first, and I just started playing this riff. And I was like, okay, I got to lay down the drum track, and then you just start stacking, and then all of a sudden you're inspired, and then next thing it's just a snowball effect, and you're just, next thing you know, you have a song. I think I wrote that song in like 30 minutes or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
And that's actually a great friggin' song too. It's one of my favorite songs in the album. Obviously,
really
it's probably one of the reasons why you chose it as a single is because of how strong it is. But I find that some of the biggest songs and the ones that have the most impact normally come to you quick, and normally in a, like I know Robert Palmer's song. What was it? That big song from him? Simply Irresistible, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Came to him in the middle of the night. He just like, it was just a melody that came, and he popped up, and he was like, I kept saying to myself, I'll remember it in the morning, but I knew that I wouldn't. So we flew over and he recorded.
We talked about this, I think, last interview. Having something like having a pen and paper, having a recorder. It's like, so when that idea comes, you're ready.
So I'm going to throw this out there because you said if things come from inspiration and being open. I know that there's a number here. So how many different versions of the same songs do you have?
It depends on the song, but there's a song I released a long time ago. I think I took it down. It's called Alice in Wonderland. And that song probably has like 20 different iterations before I actually put it out. And then after having it out for a while, I was like, nah, don't like that anymore. Right. Taking it down.
I get that. I get it. And it's like, yeah, I know that happens.
So
What I'd like to know is about let's go back to the album itself, the selection process for the songs in this album. I mean, we talked a bit about it last time you were on the show, and now that we're finally here, it's let's go into the story of that you're telling on this album.
Yeah, sure. So this for me, Genesis is my own revelations of a spiritual and musical journey, and it's a part of a much larger story with a much larger scope, because I have a huge collection of songs. So the song selection process, answering that question, like it was really difficult because I've just been sitting on hundreds of songs for years and years and years, not really knowing what to do with them, and this concept of, okay, the beginning of a journey, when that came to be, it made it a lot easier to select the songs. The whole record, I'm really big into symbolism and, things having multiple meanings, not just one meaning. So, part of the meaning behind the record is a biblical allegory of sorts. Yeah, so and that's actually why it's called Genesis. It's the beginning, the origin of something, of this journey.
And subsequent albums, I imagine, would be Exodus, Leviticus. Is that how you're planning on it?
Maybe. Spoiler alert.
Let's get through the books.
Yeah. So but after I had this concept, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that just the creative flow. We talk about a flow and being inspired, being open, being open to that. Really, just the floodgates were open at that point, and the song selection process became a lot easier. The writing process became a lot easier because I think over half of the songs are new songs that I wrote for this record, and the rest are some that I really like that I wanted to find a home for.
That's awesome. The entire album kind of plays and is kind of sequenced as a story or a message. And that was something that you had indicated to me offline one time, that, just kind of the way that the album flowed, and you kind of alluded to it here, but can you tell us a bit about that? I mean, is there underlying inspiration to this album that you want people to kind of be aware of? I mean, outside of the biblical parallels that you were just talking about. Right.
Well, I mean, those parallels are so intertwined, but it really speaks to, this personal journey. It's an album about the human condition, really, is what it's about. And for those that like to dive in a little bit deeper into the meaning of things, or the polysemantic ideas behind the record, there's plenty to kind of chew on there too. So yeah.
And I guess, a couple other questions, and we're going to start listening to this album and start kind of breaking down some of these songs right before we play it. Because what I want to do, well, we'll talk about this in a second. Now, the album covers also, I found this interesting, is that it covers multiple genres of music. I mean, you jump from funk to rock to, I mean, does that kind of have any type of reflection about you as a writer and producer and an artist?
Oh, absolutely. Because I'm inspired by so much music. Like I don't just listen to one style of music. And I think that's true for most people. Like, we consume and we enjoy, a number of different types of genres. But for me, for this record in particular, it was important to kind of make the statement that music has no boundaries. It's a universal language. And being a universal language, like, it was important for me to kind of eliminate the boundary of genre and more so focus on the sentiment. What was the feeling I was trying to convey for these songs? And that's what you hear.
What's really good about that is I can still hear you no matter what genre of the song is. Like, no matter which record I'm listening to, it still sounds like you. And that gives a lot to that. You're not writing to write something. You are writing from you, the feeling, what's inside. You have no choice but to come out. I mean, hear it in every song. It's like, there's no question that it's you, in this whole compilation. That's cool.
Oh, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would agree with that statement for sure. So And I know that, you know, with this album Genesis, I know that you wrote the album, you produced the album, you performed the entire album, but, you know, were there other people that, you know, were notable, since we're about to get into it right now? Are there other notable people that were really heavily involved and contributed, like this album probably couldn't have happened if it wasn't for the involvement of X, Y, or Z? Anybody else to give shout outs to? I mean, obviously there's probably a bunch of people, there's probably a library of people, but there's got to be a few that come directly to mind.
Yeah. So, I mean, I performed, I wrote, arranged, mixed, mastered, all the stuff on the record, but there were so many people there along the way that were there for, you know, moral support and encouragement and whatnot, because it's like, it can get lonely in the studio sometimes when you're taking on a project of this magnitude by yourself. And sometimes like you're isolated, you know? And so there were, you know, Sheila, of course, our bandmates, my bandmates, you know, were very encouraging and whatnot. It's like, you know, go ahead and do your thing, man. You know, my pops, who's also my manager, is just a pillar of support. My family is just everything, you know, in terms of support and encouragement. So yes, there's so many names on that list to thank for what you're about to hear. In terms of inspiration and support, I'm just eternally grateful.
Well, I like it. One of the people in the chat had another really good question, and I feel like I need to ask you this again. How long have you been working on this album? So everybody can hear this. It might be a long time coming.
Yeah. So yeah, it is a long time coming. You know, I've always wanted to release a record, but I didn't have the concept until the beginning of this year. It started really kind of fleshing itself out, because I'm one of those people, again, going back to the symbolism and just really having a solid concept. Like, it was really important to me. I didn't just want to put a record together that was just a collection of songs that didn't have any sort of deeper meaning or, you know, just more meat to it, you know, in terms of story, because the telling of a story was really important to me. So yeah, I've always wanted to put out an album, had a collection of songs for years. But the short answer is I didn't have the concept for this particular record until the beginning of this year.
Wow. That's pretty quick. That's good.
Yeah. And
that's
I know
awesome.
that, I think, I'm not sure if it was something that you and I were talking about offline, or if this happened during the interview. I think you were talking about the fact that, you know, you had a vault of your own of songs that you had so many songs to choose from. And the fact I alluded to it again, and you were talking about that this is mostly new stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of parallels a lot with, we always bring up Prince, but it kind of parallels with him. He has so much material in his vault, and the albums that he puts out are always pretty much new stuff. He very rarely goes back into the vault and grabs the song and goes, okay, let's do this. So do you feel like that's in your future here, where you're going to end up having a vault with like hundreds of songs?
Song.
Yeah, for better or for worse, you know, somebody wise once told me, they said, you know, you gotta put this out, because if whatever I was working on at the time, they're like, you gotta put this out because you're never going to be able to move on. You know, you gotta put stuff out so that you can move on to the next thing. So you can move on to the next step in your journey. And so that's a lot of what this is representative of. You know, it's allowing me to kind of, you know, put my stamp on, okay, I took this first step in a much larger journey in releasing a collection of my music, you know. So it's something I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up writing a bunch of other songs for the other future projects, for better or for worse. You know, hopefully I'll be able to go back and kind of take some that I really like, some hidden gems, but we'll see.
Yeah, so that brings us to the album. Now, just so we're clear with all the audience that's here, we had to have like a few off meetings to kind of plan for this, to kind of figure out the best way to execute this for you, the audience, so that you could kind of get an idea, so that you could experience the album, but not feel like, there was awkward moments. So the way that we kind of did this is we have separated this into video sets of 2 or 3 songs. I think the first one here is 3 songs because the first song is only like 30 seconds long. And so we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So we're going to play like 2 or 3 songs at the same time. You're going to see the video happening right here live in front of you, which will be a lyric video. I think this first set actually contains the video premiere of Let There Be Light. So this first set is going to have 3 songs and an intro song called In the Beginning. And then you're also going to hear 2 other songs too, Celebrate and Let There Be Light. And you're going to actually see the video premiere of Let There Be Light, all happening right here in this first little wedge. So if we're going to get to it, if you guys are ready to go, but due to the way the album is laid out, that's how we're going to do it. The 2 songs at a time.
World premiere.
That's right. World premiere of the entire album and world premiere of the video, Let There Be Light.
That's right.
And just for the purists out there, they're like, well, I don't like listening to albums this way. I want to sit and listen to it from front to back without you chattering along. We got you too. After this album chat is over, we're going to play the album in its entirety from front to back without us talking. It's just going to be, you're going to be able to enjoy the album from front to back after we're done dissecting it like an album chat type of way. And so we got you. We're all good. So let's actually start with the first 3 songs here, because as I mentioned, the first track is an instrumental. It's a short instrumental called In the Beginning. And then it's followed by 2 singles off of the album, Let There Be Light and Celebrate, both of which I am super psyched to talk about. And they're such strong songs. So let's talk about these 3 songs that we're about to play. First, In the Beginning. It's an instrumental, as I've already said multiple times. Let's chat about the background of this track. I mean, is this track something that you had already written that you just thought would fit well here, or did you write it intentionally as an intro to the album?
It's a little bit of both. Actually, this song, there's a longer version that's a song in and of itself, but I didn't want to start the record off like too slow. But I knew I wanted to start off feeling like an explosion, because shows that I like going to, bands get out there and it's like, I'm here, so I really wanted that, like, I'm here statement. And going back to on the allegorical side, when you think about the awakening of the universe, I think about an explosion, and an awakening, it speaks to an awakening of oneself too, bringing life out of the darkness. And with that, I felt it was a perfect segue for Let There Be Light. Which is, speaking about, confidence and reckless abandon and spiritual awakening type, musical awakening type stuff,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff. You were going to say
the song Let There Be Light. I hear that, and it is exactly that. When I listen to it, it screams, "Here I am," and I actually think it's the perfect opening song lyrics and everything, because it's the hello, this is me, shake my hand, boom, it brings it out completely. And it's like, wow, this is who I'm going to be dealing with for the next umpteen years to come. So it's awesome.
Thank you.
So first you guys are going to hear that instrumental In the Beginning, and then we're going to show you the video premiere of Let There Be Light. That's going to be an exclusive video premiere of that song happening right here in just a moment. And then after, but first we want to discuss the third song that they'll hear too, which is Celebrate. So first, tell me about the video for Let There Be Light that people are going to be singing. Where was it filmed? How long did it take to film it? Just kind of give me a little bit of background and maybe some fun or good stories about
Right. Yeah. So that went through a number of different treatments and different ideas and concepts. But when we finally nailed the concept, like it was filmed in a couple of hours actually. My cousin's a filmographer, so I have a couple of people I need to thank. His company is called Dante's Craft. Him and his friend Don Kenneth did all the camera work and lighting that you see. It was filmed at a local spot here in downtown Minneapolis called The Current Resident. Our guy Pete really took care of us over there. I got to thank Pete, Henry, and Rachel over at a local music shop, Levon Music here in town. They provided a lot of the gear. Of course, got to thank PRS Guitars. My dear friend Anna designed my custom guitar straps. My pops and our family and everything. We really rallied the troops together to kind of. It was a family affair getting this thing done. But I've been sitting on this for so long. I'm so glad to finally be able to share this project with you guys. Getting this video done speaks a lot about the community it takes to get something like this done. It's not just the musicians and the artists that are the important players here. It's it's the production people, it's the back line, it's the music shop, the technical personnel, it's you guys. It's talented people like yourselves that bring all their gifts and talents and abilities forward, and we come together to create a vision. So yeah,
that's awesome. I just can't imagine all the work that it takes to create these music videos, and it's mind-boggling to me how I hear some people say, "Oh, the video cost $5 million to make." I'm like, yeah, it seems like you can. Can't you do it for less? It seems like
the planning was so integral. I'm really, I love learning new things. Like that's a huge passion of mine. And so I knew I wanted to do this for a long time. So like for a few years, I've been studying other like filmmakers and whatnot because I'm really heavily involved in pretty much every aspect of what you're about to see and hear. And so the planning aspect was really important. So on the day of the shoot, that's why we were able to get it done in just a matter of a couple hours because we knew everything that needed to be done. So yeah, nice. Planning is important.
Right.
All right. So, and the third song in this video set, and we're going to play it here, is Celebrate. So Let There Be Light is rockier, and then Celebrate is more of a funk track. So you kind of go from a rock track to a funk track. And I guess the question I would ask is kind of, what is it about? I guess it's pretty much a flow, right? I mean, what is it about music that makes that work? I mean, music is categorized in genres, but what is the appeal of both say about people and you as a creator of both?
It goes back to what we were talking about before in terms of sentiment and feeling. I feel like genre is just another tool. It's like it's like the drums, it's like bass, guitar. It's just another tool. It's like another well you can go to in the creative process. But for me, at least, I feel like what's most important is feeling. And I knew how I wanted to feel with In the Beginning and Let There Be Light. And I knew exactly how I wanted to feel come the third track, Celebrate. And those genres just lent more to that type of feeling.
Yeah. Even though we talk about genres, the fact that Celebrate actually does fit really well as a follow-up, because I mean, it's super strong on its own, but like, I don't know, no matter what you're playing, you can hear that you're adding that touch of you, those pieces of you, that funk guitar here and there, and the pieces that make the song, and they go really well together.
Oh, thank you.
It's a good follow-up.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Screw the genres.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. It's I mean, I think all of our favorite artists kind of figured out ways to kind of bounce from one genre to another. I don't know. Yeah. I can't think of anybody that I know personally that listens to just this. I only listen to rock, or I only listen, so I kind of feel like any artist that is really successful has got to kind of flow throughout the genres, at least relatively well. Even if they do stick to one specific style, it's always good to have those songs that kind of dive out of their element for a little bit to kind of keep things interesting. But
yeah, it's cool to break the barriers, bend the rules a little bit,
right.
No barriers.
Ignore the boundaries. Yeah, exactly.
What barriers?
There are none.
I have just a couple more questions about Celebrate, and then we're going to play these songs. in the song Celebrate, you sing this lyric, if you can't find the groove, turn up your notifications. Now, at first glance, first listen, seems like a just pretty simple line, but the more I thought about it, that line is very crafty.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Especially in keeping with the theme of the album and focusing on God. Turn up your notifications, pay more attention. I mean, if you're not paying attention to his messages, then, you kind of need to open yourself up to those alerts or notifications. Am I reading too much into those lyrics than is actually there, or is that really what you intended?
Yeah, no, you got it. I mean, this is the type of stuff that I love, or that I've always desired, for somebody to really kind of dive in. It's like, oh, I know there's something extra in that meaning. It's not just, a quippy line or something like that. But yeah, especially the first few tracks, if you want to go back to the allegory for a moment, those first, like in the beginning, let there be light, really speaks to like the voice of God, creating this universe sort of thing. And then you get to Celebrate, and it's really the divine heavens, whatever, coming down to earth, sort of thing. And then by the time you get to the other tracks, we're into the humanity aspect.
Right. Mm. Yeah. So there was also another lyric where you say, mad ambition, it's our condition. And when I always love these songs that kind of have like a little bit of self-help, or, a little bit of, in order to succeed, you really got to kind of push, you really got to kind of move forward. And so I said, I wonder if this is like a theme throughout the album. So I kind of went through all the lyrics in the entire album. There's quite a few songs where you refer to either success, ambition, self-help, or confidence. Mm-hmm. That last track, Let There Be Light, you had nobody, no way gonna stop me. And then there was some others in that track as well. And of course, this one, Celebrate, as I had mentioned, said, had the reference to mad ambition. This is a very distinguishable common thread in your album here. So in my mind, it must be something to the core of what you believe, since it's a topic that you keep touching on repeatedly, even if it is subliminal. Can you talk about that as far as ambition is concerned?
Yes. I mean, there's a certain attitude and a certain ambition and motivation you have to have in order to be successful at whatever it is you want to do. And how you measure that success is, it's a scale, but for me, a lot of what you're hearing in some of these lyrics are mantras that I've spoken to myself, at times. Again, this is an album about the human condition and the multitude of emotions and feelings that you might have, on a wide spectrum. And so, yeah, I mean, in order to get what you're going after, you have to have a certain air of confidence about whatever it is you're doing, even if you don't even believe it yourself at the time.
You eventually will.
You eventually will. You got to keep. I think we talked about it last interview. You can never underestimate the power of not giving up.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. We hear people talk about this all the time. It's like the more that you feed your body and feed your mind those positive things, eventually you will believe it. Yeah. Maybe you believe it at the beginning, but it starts to become firmly rooted in your regular daily routine. And it really is the key to a lot of people's success. I mean, any of the successful people that you see in your life, or that you see interviews with in your life, that is always like a common core thread. Write down your goals. That's always the number one. Write down your goals. Where are you going? What are you doing? And commit to it, And so I found that really, once again, refreshing to kind of see that common thread throughout this album. But let's.
Yeah, and the fact that you said that they're your mantras, I'm going to say that's the thing that people miss, because it's not just write it down. You have to speak it into the universe, and nothing is more powerful than the spoken word. So
you're right.
I love that. I like
Absolutely. All right, so let's get to it. All right, we're going to play 3 songs here uninterrupted. In the beginning, the world exclusive video premiere of Let There Be Light and Celebrate. Now, also, real quick, before we play these 3 tunes, this obviously only applies to the video viewers. If you're listening on the Funked Up app, sorry, there's a visual component here that you're going to be missing, but that's okay because you're still going to be able to enjoy this music, and that's really, really important. But we're going to be giving away prizes tonight, and here's how you win. Michael, I think if you have that logo video, that logo up, I want to pull it up again, but each one of these video sets that we play is going to have a couple songs in it. This one's going to have 3, obviously, in the beginning, Let There Be Light and Celebrate. And throughout each one of these video sets, you're going to see Michael's logo appear, which is this logo right here. It's not going to be this large. It's going to be smaller, but not like super small. But they're going to appear, and it's going to pop up, and then it's going to go away, and then it might pop up again later. I need you to count how many times you see the logo in each one of these video sets we're about to do. All right, so that's all you got to do. Count how many times you see the logo during each video set, and then be the first in the chat area to enter the amount of times that it appeared in the chat window. The first person that answers correctly how many times the logo appeared will win the prize for the video set. Easy enough? That seems very easy.
Sure.
Count logos. Count how many times you see the logos in this video. That's it.
Yep.
This first video set of these 3 songs, if you are the first person to get this number right, you are going to win a mystery gift box from Mychael Gabriel. It's got a bunch of Mychael Gabriel memorabilia, guitar picks, sunglasses, necklaces, an item from a previous music video, a digital download of the album. So you're going to get a full mystery gift box if you're the first person to get that number right. Feel free to join in on the conversation on facebook.com/Funkatopia, youtube.com/Funkatopia, or mixcloud.com/Funkatopia. Or if you're on the road and out and about, just download and open up the Funked Up app on iPhone or Android and just listen in. Okay, here we go. It's the first video set in the beginning. Let There Be Light and Celebrate. Count those logos. You are listening to the official album release party for Mychael Gabriel's brand new album, Genesis. And we're about to pull up the first 3 tracks of this. This is so exciting. I can't even, it's just crazy. All right, here we go.
All right.
Now, I guess it's probably one more thing to be said for this too. I know this is crazy. You're like, stop, just play the friggin' songs. We don't know whether or not YouTube is aware of these songs yet. So specifically for YouTube and Facebook, well, specifically Facebook users, if you guys lose the capability to be able to chat, then please be ready to go over to mixcloud.com/Funkatopia or youtube.com/Funkatopia, just in case Facebook gets heavy-handed. I don't think that YouTube or Facebook are aware of these songs because this album hasn't been released yet.
Right.
But just in case they get weird and they think, hey, this sounds a little bit like something, just kind of get ready for that. Hopefully you won't. I don't think there'll be an issue because, again, this album hasn't been released yet, but just kind of wanted to prep you. But and also give us a little bit of leeway because we're doing something a little bit different with this tonight. So enjoy. We're going to try to stay quiet. Gentlemen, if you want to mute when I start this video so that we don't talk over the music, that'll be good. All right. Now, when this video first starts, Michael, there is a logo that is big in the front. Is that count as one of the logos?
That's a logo.
I mean, gosh,
I know,
you just
but
gave.
It looks like an intro. It's a little bit different. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Here it is. The first 3 songs, folks. Yeah, we're gonna just do it.
That's no surprise, I get that right. On account of my burning fire, temperature nice and high, call me a cosmonaut. Cause of the city's eyes, far beyond outer space. Don't pump the brakes, make my own way, cause I know where I'm going. Nobody, no way, gon' stop me today. Now I'm tired, don't play, I ignite, let there be light. No fussing, don't fight. This bitch is my pride, my bride, alive and wild. Yeah, nobody, no way, gon' stop me today. Not outside, but don't play. I ignite, let there be light. Yeah. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Listen up real close to hear the sounds of Jubilee. Don't give me that look because I know you got nowhere to be. Relax a bit before I show you how to begin. Uptight ain't even right, yeah, you know how it is. I say now, if you can't find the groove, turn on your notifications. Look, so cinematic, we be beaming down to your stations. You hear that? A thunderclap, finger snap, put us all in ignition. Do what you can, gonna shake off all your inhibitions. Yeah, cause we're on a mission to celebrate, celebrate like the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you. Yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. Don't you rush it now, no, that will be a sin. Lock it in real tight, cause we're made to get it in. Let's go. Forgot to mention how we rose from the debris. The ascension to more possibilities. That's confirmation. Wait a minute, what it is? We blazing down again with mad ambition. It's our condition, yeah, cause we're on a mission to celebrate, celebrate the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you. Yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. And they're funky. That's fine, we got the medication to bring a fever up, I'm sure you'll be elated. We in the rapture now, a perfect ecstasy. We got the heat and grit, that bold tenacity. Now tell me, what you know, show you right, learn you something. Yeah, you run, oh you suck, amplified, but remember, one more again, we on a mission to celebrate, celebrate like the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you. Yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. That's our mission. To celebrate, celebrate like the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you. Yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate our lives. Oh, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate until we die.
Yeah, baby. Oh man. Oh my god.
Oh yes, the sound effect. I love it.
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. Obviously you had me at funk. So this album is just fire. Krista, yeah, thanks. We definitely appreciate you pre-ordering the album, and I wanted to make sure that I denote this too, because normally up in the right-hand corner, you normally see our logo up there. It's kind of hard for me to point out that way. You normally see our logo up there, but he's figured it out too. But tonight we actually have a QR code that is up there. So if you shoot that with your phone, don't shoot it with your phone, actually just take a picture with your phone, that will take you to funkatopia.com/Genesis. That's FUNKATOPIA.com/Genesis. You'll be able to buy the singles, Let There Be Light and Celebrate, and you'll also be able to pre-order the album from that link. Now, don't worry about pre-ordering. This is not one of those things where you're going to get it next month. This album comes out on Friday, not a long 2 days from now.
Yes.
That's it. Or as my daughter says, 2 sleeps. 2 days from now is when this album comes out. So you can pre-order it and you'll get it on Friday. It is just, it's such a fantastic friggin' album. And I'm just, I can't, it's just, oh my God.
Man. I was ready to dance. I was ready to jam. I was ready to throw down. I was trying to hold it in.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to stay seated.
Can't stay seated like the 4th of July.
Hey, it's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here.
All right. Yeah, I got all these tracks now. So that was the first 3 tracks from Mychael Gabriel's album. Oh, yeah. All right. We got to scroll up. We got to scroll up.
We've got our winner. Our winner was Jay, first person. I mean, they came in fast too. It was like pew pew pew. So whoever Jay is the winner.
We can actually probably look you up. But Jay, send me an email to funkatopia@gmail.com, FUNKATOPIA@gmail.com, and send us your contact information, and we will get that over to Mychael Gabriel's team, and they'll get you that prize pack. That prize pack was smoking this time around. Yeah, that prize pack for that particular one was a mystery gift box. Again, it's got a bunch of Mychael Gabriel memorabilia, guitar picks, sunglasses, necklaces, an item from a previous music video, and a digital download of that album. So nice. For those who were like, wait a minute, what are these numbers? You probably saw the little logo, Michael's logo, pop up on the screen. All you got to do is count how many times you see that logo, and if you're the first person in the chat area to let us know, it's this logo right here. The first person to let us know how many times you saw that logo, and be the first person in the chat, you win. And congratulations to Jay.
Congratulations,
and Jay.
Yeah, and Facebook did not kick us off, so they apparently, and those are the only 2 songs that were in contention because they were released as singles. Right, so yeah. We're all right. We're all right.
Yeah, we're good.
But you know what? They couldn't kick us off. I'm sure they were hurt. They heard it and said, "Whoa!"
They're like, "God, believe it on
this.
Yeah. So that was the first 3 tracks from Mychael Gabriel's brand new album Genesis. Comes out this Friday. We're going to listen to the whole entire album here exclusively right here on Funkatopia. Nowhere else. You're not going to listen to it nowhere. This album will be available August 26th, as I said, Friday, pretty much everywhere that you purchase music. That's only 2 days from right now, as I mentioned. So you're getting a great sneak preview right here. And we got our first winner, so that's great. And also, to let you guys know, if you are a Funkatopia supporter on Patreon, that's patreon.com/Funkatopia, patreon.com/Funkatopia. You are going to get an actual free MP3 of Let There Be Light delivered to your email. So if you are a Patreon supporter, you're going to get an MP3 of Let There Be Light delivered to you in your email. So you'll have an official copy that you can listen to as much times as you want. And man, that video was friggin' amazing, dude.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think somebody had asked, how much did that video cost you to make?
100,000 million.
Is that too?
Yeah.
Is that too personal?
100,000
million.
billion, trillion.
That's what it looks like. It looks like 100,000 million, billion, trillion. That's exactly what I thought it would be. But anyways, we also made it super easy for you. Super easy-o. What's up? Super easy for you to get a hold of the album. For those watching the video, we have a QR code that is up there in the upper right-hand corner. Again, that will take you to funkatopia.com/Genesis, or you can alternately just type that in, go to your browser and type that in, and you can order the singles and the album, the whole thing. Okay, again, that was In the Beginning, Let There Be Light, the official world premiere video of Let There Be Light and the song Celebrate. Which brings us to the second set of videos, which is, okay, I friggin' love this song. Not that I don't love the other songs, because I do. Those songs were the jam. But this next song is like, you know, when you listen to an album or the first time through, probably any albums you can do this, and it's like there's one song that's just like shapow.
Yeah.
This was it for me.
That was the one.
I love Let There Be Light. Let There Be Light. I was just like Jeff Page said, I was having a hard time sitting down. But when I heard Madam I'm Adam, which is the second set, I was just like, oh, jeez.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is insane. So the second video set is Madam I'm Adam, another great song, Radioactive Girl. So tell me a little about Madam I'm Adam, because it's the rockiest track on the album. And after, again, as I said, my first listen, it was probably my favorite track right out of the gate. But of course, after listening to this entire album multiple times, now I don't know where I fall, but you know, I still love this freaking song.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about this track, Madam I'm Adam. I imagine that, and I don't know if it's a stretch because it really didn't get there for me lyrically, that there is some type of attachment to the biblical over arc of the album Genesis, or
yeah, sure. So touching again on that, you know, for a quick second. Adam and Eve is what came to mind, you know.
Right.
So the first couple of tracks, you know, the voice of God, the divine, the heavens. Now we're into the humanity aspect of it, and so the feeling that I was going for was just, you know, again going back to that sort of air of confidence and being able to go after what you want. In this case, you could argue that it's Eve, but you know, Eve could be anything, you know, anything that you're going after. And so that's kind of where those polysemantic ideas kind of come into play with this track.
Yeah.
And one of the lyrics is "Man on a mission." What mission is that?
You tell me, man. You tell me. What mission are you on, Christopher? What mission are you on, Jeff?
I'm trying to get some custard in my life.
Hey, custard.
What does that mean? I don't. Don't answer that question. I don't even know what that means. I don't want to know what that means. But one thing I can tell you about Madam is, and same thing, I immediately get a vibe that happened with Let There Be Light. Is this got a really strong Lenny Kravitz vibe for sure? How, and it's definitely on Madam I'm Adam. What is he like a major influence for you?
You know, going back to just kind of leaving yourself open, you know, to being inspired. So, I mean, in terms of musical influences and inspirations, I mean, I'm so grateful that we live in a time that there is a Lenny Kravitz that exists for people to listen to, that there is a Prince that exists for people to listen to, like you know, like Stevie Wonder, you know, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Sly, you know, James Brown, you know, was to so many of people that inspire us. You know, it's like the well has just become even more bountiful in a way, you know. So I get the
Whenever I listen to a song, I one of the first things I do is I'll write down how it makes me feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's the lyrics and there's all these things, but how do I feel?
Yeah.
What is it telling me? And then the lyrics they start pulling me in, but I'm feeling something. And this one did exactly what you described. It felt like you were saying, like, let's do this. I'm ready. Me and you, I can handle whatever you throw at me. And it was that confidence that I got this. I'm good. Let's do it. And I like that because I felt it too. So.
That's cool.
It resonated well. It really did.
Yeah, I love this song truly, and I'm also a fan of the other song in this video set. This video set's going to have 2 songs again, "Madam, I'm Madam," and this song, "Radioactive Girl." And in "Radioactive Girl," I sorry that I'm kind of dissecting the lyrics and maybe you're getting deep into some of the stuff.
No, I love that. I love that.
In the lyrics, you say, "Don't smother your fear, but let them simmer down."
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's more towards self-help and, you know, kind of like a key to your progress. It's but I don't think I've ever heard that saying before. Mm-hmm. Don't smother your fear, let them simmer down. Did someone impart that wisdom on you at some point, or is this just kind of another one of your personal mantras?
It speaks a lot to my different experiences. Fear is something I feel is like necessary. It's a necessary evil, if you will, you know, but it does need to be controlled. Anytime I've been in a place where I'm uncomfortable or feel fearful about something I need to do, but I've had the confidence to do it anyway, it's worked out. And when I feel I'm uncomfortable or fearful, I now know that, okay, I'm probably close to the mark of where I need to be. So instead of, you know, smothering the fear, just bring it down a couple notches and do what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, not only do you have great lyrics in there, but that groove, the song itself for "Radioactive Girl" is so strong. Like, I didn't know how to describe it, but I felt this, like, musically, these are really powerful. The powerful lines. That's what I call them, like the music lines. Okay. And like the way this drives, it just makes you like, ooh, I feel that. And
you feel something inside.
Just the lines, like that's all I can call them. The lines, music lines, like horn lines. You know, the whole thing just does that.
Right. And let's talk about the character that you're talking about in this particular song, the Radioactive Girl. Now, when the song first starts out, it kind of talks about, and you even referred to her as an innocent girl. But then as the song progresses, the girl is pretty much anything but innocent. She's kind of like borderline dangerous. So tell me a little bit about maybe who your, I don't know, who was the topic of this, or is this just kind of like a fictional character?
Yeah. So like the 2 songs back to back, "Madam, I'm Madam" and "Radioactive Girl," is kind of like the yin and the yang sort of thing. And both of them speak a lot towards self empowerment. "Radioactive Girl" speaks particularly about the empowerment of women, and that they are a force to be reckoned with and respected. So the idea is that, you know, both tracks speak about people of confidence, self-assurance, power, and purpose.
And I can't help but notice that the first song is "Madam, I'm Madam." The second is "Radioactive Girl." Are these songs kind of interchangeable? Are we talking about like these references to like the creation of male and female, or are these kind of songs interchangeable? It's about anything specific like sexuality or humanity?
All of it. Literally everything you just mentioned. Yeah.
And being easy on the eyes.
That too. That helps.
That is going to follow me for the rest of our relationship, Mychael. I'm sure of it. So I'm still waiting on that song. Make sure that when you record it, I'm the first one to hear it.
You know it. Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Let's play set number 2 featuring these 2 songs, "Madam, I'm Madam" and "Radioactive Girl." Remember, count those logos as you see them and be the first to tell us how many times that, and again, I'll show you that logo. That's the logo that you're looking for in the video. Count those logos when these lyric videos are playing. And the first person in the chat area to tell us how many logos you saw during these 2 songs, you're going to win a prize. And this particular prize is a private Zoom call with Mychael. I just made it weird.
What was that?
With Mychael Gabriel. You can talk music, audio, guitar, life, whatever it is you want to talk about. Private Zoom call with Mychael Gabriel. So if you want to gush about this album, you absolutely positively, if you want to gush about how easy on the eyes he is, you can do all that stuff. Also remember that QR code that's, I don't even know what direction to even friggin' point, I guess over here. Yeah. Scan that QR code. You'll be taken to funkatopia.com/Genesis, where you can buy the singles. You can pre-order the album that comes out this Friday. So I really want Funkatopians to really come out and just and buy this album. We really need to support great music. Great new music is so important. I want to see it. I don't know what I may have missed, but anyways, you're listening to the official album release party for Mychael Gabriel's brand new album Genesis. So now I am going to play you the next 2 songs, which is Madam Oh Madam and Radioactive Girl, right here on Funkatopia Live. Here we go.
Woo! Kid, have a good time. Gonna sort it out like a big dog, but not highbrow. Like an airplane, not high now. Little mid-flight. Oh yeah. So red, you feel it. Not sentimental, but enjoy the passion. You know the game, the radioactive. Like gasoline, flame from the matches. Choose a pair for bringing the magic. I said, ain't tell no lies, ain't tell no lies to ya. Said I could send you a message, because no silly disguise gonna shock the wise in ya. I'm much more than you can fathom. Madam, I'm Madam. Let's summarize my memorandum. Don't even man, say I understand you. The sun and light shine on the moon. Like you and me, that'll be us soon. I said, bringing a surprise, try to put a smile on ya. Want you to teach me a lesson. Oh yeah, little exercise, promise I won't frighten ya. Goes in the night like a phantom. Madam, I'm Madam, show you the best I She had me in a daze. Breathing in the smoke from a flame. A kiss had me in a haze. Why'd you have to be so cruel? That girl is radioactive. She said, what you gonna do? Boy, this is not a game. This is just a wild. This is called the radioactive. Oh, come on.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Man.
Almost out of breath after that.
Man, oh my gosh. Yes. Karen England, Karen popped up, but who actually, I think Karen popped in first. Karen England. Lotus Steel Blossom was like seconds behind, but Karen England got in the first with 12. She counted 12 logos. So Karen, you are the winner of a private Zoom call with Mychael Gabriel. You get to talk about music, audio, guitar, life, whatever. Karen, just send me your contact information to funkatopia@gmail.com. I did go ahead and send the information for winner number one. Jay is actually Jeff Music. And so he won that awesome prize pack. And Karen, you just won a private Zoom call with Mychael Gabriel, and we don't worry. We got 3 more prize packs to win, so don't feel like you're left out. It's going to be fantastic. But thank you guys for hanging out and counting those logos. We got more prizes to come as well. So that was the second set of songs from the brand new album from Mychael Gabriel called Genesis. That was Madam I'm Adam and Radioactive Girl. Man, it's just like it goes from like this funk set to this rock set, and oh my God,
Elizabeth did the big one. I can't take it no more, Elizabeth. Good stuff.
Oh my gosh. And for those of you just joining us, this is a very, very special event happening right now. It's Mychael Gabriel, who many have seen playing guitar with Sheila E. If you've seen him recently, he has a brand new solo album, and it is a banger. It is absolutely a banger. New album again, Genesis. You can hear the entire album exclusively right here on Funkatopia, and we're kind of halfway through the album. Not really, maybe a little bit close to the halfway mark, but don't worry, because after this album release party is over, we're going to be playing the album in its entirety, front to back, with no interruptions, no chatter. But we kind of wanted to kind of help you understand the songs and a little bit more of the meanings behind the song. So that's kind of the reason why we're doing this. So, man, killer tracks.
Thank you.
Mychael, I just can't.
Beat, man.
It is.
You said it with your chest.
Radioactive is the jam.
Yeah, it really is, man.
Oh my gosh. It's what Christopher. Let's try to see. Christopher David said he was first, but he was first with the wrong number. So sorry, Chris. But
yeah,
he said 9. It was 12. It's 12. There's 12 logos in there. But keep trying. We're watching. We got timestamps on each one of these things. So we've kind of, the only thing that we got to be real careful about really is the Mixcloud folks, because they're kind of in a separate world. So that being said, anyways, which brings us to the next pair of songs, 2 songs called When It Comes to You and Sunday Afternoon. So let's first talk about When It Comes to You. Again, we got those ambition lyrics again, with the lyrics, overthinking your plans. You want to talk a little bit about this song?
Yeah, sure. You know, I when I sat down, so this song is, looking back now, when I listen to this song, I can hear hints of inspirations from like Beautiful Ones, and like a toned down sort of version of like a Queen song or something like that. But when I sat down, I didn't intend to write a song like that. This is the ballad sort of for the album. In a metaphorical sense, you could say it's, you know, it's God almost speaking about his creation. But this is one of my favorite tracks on the record. It's one that when I was writing it, it's one of the ones that just came so easy. But I sat back and I was like, wow, there's a lot of different elements kind of in this track. Almost like, did I do that? Or it's almost like the song sort of wrote itself.
Right. You almost start second guessing. Is this song already, am I like copying something? Is it like, it just kind of flows like that, where
it just flows. It just has a flow to it. And I'm just like, oh, wow, this is, you know, it's one of the ones on the record that I'm most proud of.
It's definitely a great tune for sure. The song structure is kind of very, very, it kind of reminds me, you had mentioned Beautiful Ones, and I thought about that too, because, and also I thought about another Prince song, Gold. Mm-hmm. It's just, you know, kind of the verses are kind of churning along, and then it kind of does this sudden
ramp up.
Yeah, it kind of does this ramp up shift mm-hmm. To kind of break up the flow. So yeah, it definitely had that feel to it. So I completely get the vibe that you're referring to. Absolutely. Yeah. Jeff, do you have anything you want to say about this track before we're going to talk about the second one? Are you there? Hey, Jeff.
You guys couldn't hear me? Oh, man. No, well, I said everything. Good night.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I got.
I just changed the world, man, and you missed it. No. Literally, like, you're saying everything I know about myself goes out the window, is what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm hearing, like, this is me, but I don't really know who I am when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's what I'm hearing when I hear it. It's like, I thought I knew me. I don't, because I'm completely different when it comes to you. So that's what I hear. That's what I feel.
Yeah. I love it.
It's a great tune. And again, I love the way the song flows too. So,
yeah, and I love the piano transition, like the way you use the piano and the end and just all of that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man.
Oh.
And the second song in this set is a song called Sunday Afternoon. And again, we're going to talk a little bit about the lyrics. The lyrics to this song and the previous one, When It Comes to You, and the one before it, Radioactive Girl, are all similar in that it paints the picture. And I think there's another couple songs on this album that are like this too, where it kind of paints the picture of a woman that you have a very difficult time controlling your feelings about. Like the feelings that you have for her are so out of control that it kind of overcomes you. Is there any specific woman that, or is it just coincidence that these 3 songs are specifically about a woman who is either uncontrollable or that you lose control around?
Sure. Yeah. So both of these songs. So going back to the concept of the record as a whole, the record being about the human condition. These two songs are about love and relationships, and anyone that has been in a relationship knows what I'm talking about. There's highs, there's lows. It's just how it goes. And yes, every song that I've written is sharing a part of a personal experience. It's hard to write about subject matter like this, not having had, certain experiences. Mm-hmm. But people having relationships with other people makes for a multitude of emotions and experiences. You get songs like these. So, everyone experiences these types of emotions, I feel like, at some point in their life.
Oh, yeah. And not to overthink it. I mean, I know we're going to be playing When It Comes to You on Sunday afternoon in this set, but the next set, that's Summertime and Diamonds in Your Eyes. I mean, those are also specifically about a woman that is pretty much in control of your emotions. Yeah. And so it's almost, to kind of go back to that biblical reference, it's kind of like an Eve type of character in a way. Yeah. I don't know.
I agree. I really like, you said it earlier too, and I'm feeling it throughout there. I love the vulnerability, that you're putting out there, and the emotional confusion in a relationship is hard for anyone. Emotional damage, it's hard. And I like that you're bringing that out in the song, especially. So, yes. Yeah.
All right. So let's play this next set of songs, When It Comes to You, on Sunday afternoon. Remember, everybody, count those logos. This logo here, count those logos when you see them pop up, and not just per song. We're playing these two songs together. So from the time I start the video and go through the two songs, so not each song, but collectively the two songs, and be the first to tell us how many times those logos appear and win. And this particular prize this time around is another mystery gift box with some Mychael Gabriel memorabilia. Again, the guitar picks, sunglasses, necklace, an item from a previous music video, and a digital download of the album. So it's another one. So yeah, it's a lot. Also, as I said before, scan that QR code in the upper right-hand corner to go to Funkatopia.com/Genesis and snag the two singles that are available right now. And also you can pre-order this album. It comes out this Friday, the 26th. So it's not much of a pre-order, but you still want to get in there and snag it and be the first to get it. Again, I need the Funkatopians to show out. Head there now, Funkatopia.com/Genesis. And if you already did that, if you went and purchased one of the singles, or if you pre-order the album, please let me know. I want to make sure that we give you a shout out during this broadcast.
Heck yeah.
And just kind of let everybody know how badass you are.
Hello.
So you're listening to the official album release party of Mychael Gabriel's brand new album, Genesis. And here are the next video set of songs exclusive right here in Funkatopia. Again, it's When It Comes to You and Sunday Afternoon. So I'm excited about these ones too. So here we go. It's this third set. Let me pull it up. All right, here we go. Welcome to Funkatopia Live.
From the voices, but I hear them in my head almost all the time. Try looking at the world through colored roses, but the subject in the lens just isn't clear. My see, I'm the kind of man that doesn't overthink his plans, but I'd like to meet someone spontaneous too. And the rules go out the window when it comes to you. Most times I feel like I can be shy, but my confidence when I'm with you said 99. Yeah, forgive my attitude.
Man, okay. Let me just say that's the first time that I heard Sunday Afternoon with headphones on. I listened to that. I listened to it through my speakers, the bass, and that song in headphones is friggin' fire, Michael. And I see that you're still muted. So before you start talking, man, okay, there was 14, and who
Yep,
was
that was Karen? Karen got it first.
But Karen
And
Karen
next-
already won, right?
Next was Krista.
Crystal Lawler's
Crystal
next.
Lawler.
Karen, you can't win twice. Crystal Lawler. I probably should have stated that.
I got it.
yeah,
Marking it down.
Crystal Lawler, congratulations! You actually won a mystery gift box of Mychael Gabriel memorabilia, guitar picks, sunglasses, necklaces, an item from a previous music video, and a digital download of this album. Yes, the correct answer was 14. That Sunday after, both of those songs are friggin' dude.
Man, I mean,
Thanks, guys. No, I so appreciate it.
I don't, you know, there are people that struggle to find one song that is a good, you have an entire album of really friggin' amazing, strong songs here. I mean, there's, if this album, I know that it's all about marketing and who you know, and the way that radio works nowadays is
right.
shit, but this friggin' album, there's no reason why this album shouldn't be charting right alongside of anything that Harry Styles has released. I'm not kidding.
Right.
Just
That means
quality,
a lot, Chris.
the quality of the music and the quality of the songs is friggin' fire, man.
Well, yeah, and anyone who's listening right now, they've got to realize that it's not just the album. Each individual song is taking you on a journey as well. And so from start to finish, you're going somewhere and you feel like it, and it's going to pull you in. I'm getting lost in where I am. So at times I'm just like, whoa, okay, wait, let me get back to focus here. Wow, man.
Friggin' ridiculous.
It's a journey. It's a journey for sure.
All right. Again, remember, you can order the singles and also pre-order the entire album, which comes out this Friday at Funkatopia.com/Genesis. You can see it scrolling on the bottom here, but you can also scan that QR code. I keep pointing in the wrong friggin' direction. You can also, up in that friggin' area right there, scan that QR code and you can be taken right to that URL. And if you purchase a single, or if you purchase the pre-order the album, please let me know so I can give you a shout out here, so I can put you up here and make sure that we give you a little bit of yes, thank you, Joe. All right, there you go. Comes out this Friday too. And Jacqueline, I would agree. I see a Grammy. I don't see why not.
I would too.
Alicia says, is this a worldwide release or USA only?
Worldwide.
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 And it's just
Worldwide.
Wide.
Yeah, Katie agrees. Really freaking amazing music. Make it go viral. That's what we're doing here.
That's what we're doing.
We broke out friggin' all the styles. We got a scroll, a QR code.
We got it all.
I mean,
everything in the kitchen sink.
we just need y'all to listen. That's what it's about.
And you're hearing it here first.
That's right. Yeah, which brings us to the next set of songs, the next two songs here. And remember, when you're counting these logos, you're counting them for both of the songs together. Each one of these sets has 2 videos in it. You're not just counting just for that song, the entire 2 songs together. So congratulations to all of our winners so far. We got about to break into another prize pack here. This next set of songs is Summertime, spelled one word with a capital T and a Y. Summertime, and also Diamonds in Your Eyes. And we are deep into the album now. And so at this point, you've kind of changed up the messaging and the genre to pop here, which is fine by me, pop fanatic. But these 2 tracks that we're about to play kind of have they're lighter, and they kind of got a really good joy about them. I mean, is this, again, one of these underlying messages about the album regarding life?
Yeah, life, joy, happiness, togetherness, all that you experience, as a human being living on this earth, So yeah, it speaks to all of those things.
Yeah, I like the way you got this song, especially since Chris has been talking a lot about lyrics, and this one was one of those moments, that line where in Summertime, where you say, you make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. And I just think that's such a great line, because usually when you think of summertime, you're just thinking about, anything else other than a person and a feeling, as opposed to a time of the year kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, man, I did it. And the song is a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
It really is. It's how it feels. Just the whole song. Once it gets going, you're like, oh, this is good. Yeah.
And it was important to me too, like coming from the 2 tracks that we just heard, to like transition into something that felt like what you just described, a breath of fresh air.
It really is.
Yeah, it's I tell you, and we talked about this before with these 2 songs here specifically, Summertime and Diamonds in Your Eyes. These 2 songs, again, they have that light poppy feel, but they're also about, once again, somebody that you're around, that when you're around them, you just can't control your emotions. It's just like you're kind of, but
in a good way.
Right.
Yeah,
in a good way. Right.
Yeah, in the best way. Yep.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I think most of us can remember back to when we were teenagers and that first time that, you fell in love, and that kind of feeling of just like that
carefree.
Right. Yeah. And you really communicate that vibe really well in both of these songs. So so let's talk a little bit about, before we talk about Diamonds in Your Eyes, just to kind of close out. Tell me about the title of this song, Summertime. I know we're talking about obviously summertime and that feeling like Jeff Page has referred to, but any particular reasoning for the spelling of it, other than, or just anything about this that you want to communicate about this song?
Literally because my name is spelled with a Y, and I just want to be different. That's it. That's it. That's it right there.
All right then. The second song in the set,
I like it,
is Diamonds in Your Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say, when you think of diamonds, you think of the sparkle whenever. And I just want to make sure that you are aware, because of, how deeply I listened to this album in its entirety before we went live, that the twinkling keyboard parts of the song to kind of emulate the sparkling of the diamonds is not lost on me, by the way.
You got it, Chris. You the man. You done heard it.
It's not lost on me.
Yeah.
All right. let's anything you want to talk about this song? I wanted kind of to know a little bit about the keyboard parts, because I thought that was great, but anything you want to say about this particular song?
So this particular song, I wrote it years and years ago, and it was a part of another album I was going to release. But I just loved it so much, and I needed it to have a home, and this felt like the most appropriate home for it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I wanted to also say a special shout out to the Mixcloud listeners, because it's a little bit of a delay over on Mixcloud, but we've got some really great comments here. DJ Rudy says super funky sounds. He's got a bunch of icons, of fire icons and heart icons and whatever. But he is all about it. He's got it on his list, and hopefully, because he's a DJ, hopefully he'll be adding some of this to his repertoire when he plays it at the parties and stuff. I know that I can tell you that I have a party that I'm going to be DJing in a few weeks, and I'm definitely Let There Be Light going to be on there for sure. One of those two to celebrate. I'm going to be mixing it in. I love playing those songs where people come up and go, "Who was that?" I love doing it. Yeah. So make sure that you tell other people about it. And again, remember, if you order it or pre-order this album at Funkatopia.com/Genesis, or even if you just go directly to Amazon or whatever that you do to do it, please let me know that you did it, so we can give you a little bit of a shout out. So let's do it. Let's talk about, let's go ahead and move into these next pair of songs. And again, for those listening on for audio on the Funked Up app, you can catch us on video on Facebook.com/Funkatopia and YouTube.com/Funkatopia and Mixcloud.com/Funkatopia. I see we have loads of listeners all over the world here that I'm looking at that are listening via the Funked Up app. Thank you guys so much for tuning in via audio. I guess you guys are on the road and out and about and in other countries, literally on the other part of the world. We get listeners in Australia, London, all over. So that's fantastic. And the fact that this album is readily available in those areas is even better.
Yeah, and when you guys get a chance, when you stop to go and watch the video, you can still count the logos. I know you can't win, but you can still count those logos.
Be a fun activity.
It'll be fun to do for the family.
Little bonding moment.
Right.
That's right. Again, so you can go to funkatopia.com/Genesis. Or you can scan that QR code if you're watching the video, and you can be taken directly there. And don't forget that if you're watching the video, count those logos to see in each video set, both songs. Be the first person to answer in the chat window, and you're going to win a prize. And this particular prize for this one, this is an interesting prize. Now, actually, you don't have prize pack number 5 indicated yet, Michael. So I'll let you announce what that is when we get to it. But for this one's cool. So you guys definitely want to make sure that you're counting the logos on this one, which is it's on the lower end, but it's fine. You get to be involved in a future music video. We don't know what capacity, but you get to be involved in a future music video for Mychael Gabriel. All you got to do is just count that, my friend, is a badass prize.
Right.
You're going to be watching these videos, and you're going to be counting this logo right here, how many times you see it in this past couple songs. And got to be ready. And if you already previously won, I'm sorry, you can't win again, but you can root for the next your favorite person that you have in here. All right, so let's get to it. Let me pull this up, and let's play the next video in the mix, which is "Summertime" and "Diamonds in Your Eyes." Here we go. Oh, so excited.
When we're feeling down on our fever dreams and we all fall apart, and that's when you get to work. Oh yeah, take my hand, stop all your worries, make some memories instead. The sun will never end. No, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. And baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime and any kind of weather, whenever, yeah. Simmer down a little, cause we got a ways to go, she says to me. Unless you got the steam in your engine, girl, your UV ray, your photo synthesize me, guaranteed. Honey, all I need. Oh, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. Yeah, baby, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime and any kind of weather, whenever, yeah, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together, wherever, yeah, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime and any kind of weather, whenever. Shaking now, feeling it in my knees. As the ground shakes under my feet, yeah, we're killing it. Sun kissing, trick, happy, only you're my trick, baby. Sure enough, me and you can get by, but I'm done with living the life. So, baby, you're my superstar, but don't be jealous of my guitar. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. Oh, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime in any kind of weather, whenever. Baby, girl, you always make it feel like summertime. Oh, baby, girl, you always make it feel like summertime. Summertime, summertime. rushing in, yeah, the moment of the rise. Feel it in my soul, a heavy undertow. Nothing left to say, hit the journey on the way. Going to shine the diamonds in your eyes. Once was close to death, you brought me back to life. Batteries energized, now finally coming to. I say electricity, revive, renew. I say electricity, revive, renew. Electricity, revive, renew. Feeling so alive, rock steady, solid, bona fide. Sitting, wishing through the sky, waiting, watching me survive. There's a lot to try to be my focus on imagining the going to shine, diamonds in your eyes. Once was close to death, you brought me back to life. Battery is energized, now finally coming to. I said electricity, revive, renew. Electricity, electricity. At the first sight of you, my heart started, it began. And if looks could kill, it couldn't kill a room. It's supernatural, diamonds in your eyes. Shine, diamonds in your eyes. Once was close to death, you brought me back to life. Battery is energized, now finally coming to. Electricity, revive, renew. Yeah, electricity, revive, renew. Yeah, electricity, revive, renew. Yeah, electricity, revive, renew. Yeah, electricity, revive,
Yes, sir. That was, oh man, that was fantastic. That was great.
Yes.
I love that.
That
And
was fun.
and Claire R jumped right in.
Right.
Yeah, she jumped in right, but she took a chance that was like, hopefully no more logos show up. But
Yeah.
Claire R, you are the first one to guess it right. If the answer is 9 logos, 9.
Yes.
So congratulations, Claire. If you can get me your information to funkatopia@gmail.com. Again, that's FUNKATOPIA@gmail.com. We will get it over to Mychael, and we will make sure that you get to be part in some place, form, or fashion
Right.
you get to be in the in one of his videos. So what could that possibly be, Michael? What maybe
we're gonna have it remain a surprise, but we already have the concept and everything nailed down.
Does it involve bikinis or anything?
Pajamas.
Or pajamas or
custard? Lots of custard.
Lots of custard.
Yeah, lots and lots of.
I love these laugh tracks. I can't wait to pre-program these buttons. Jeff.
Yeah,
I am like, I already told Jeff Page because I just got this new road board and I'm like kind of going road fanatic here, but I wanted to take that little clip from the Times Pandemonium where Morris goes, what is it? Make you mad makes me mad. Oh man. Anyways, this album. I'm telling you, summertime. There's no friggin' reason why that can't be all over the radio. That reminds me of that song that's a huge hit right now. That Sunroof song that's all over the radio right now. It's got that upbeat, happy pop to it. There's no reason why this song can't be on the radio. There's just yeah, it's just, I mean, Jacqueline says that gets better and better. I have to agree, man. It's just, freaking unbelievable. And if you missed any part of this, if you happen to be coming in late, don't worry, because after we're done, all the videos and everything that you saw is in one massive, huge video, and we're going to be playing it in its entirety without all the chatter and interruptions. But we wanted to kind of get an opportunity to get a chance for you to hear kind of the background stories of the songs. And this is kind of, you guys have heard the album chats that I've done, and this is kind of serving as an album chat in this. Yeah. I'm going to go through and edit this, and we're going to, release this as an album chat for you guys. And which is blessings, which is great. I love doing this when you actually have blessings, for sure. All right, so that was Summertime and Diamonds in Your Eyes, and there are only 3 more songs left on the album, folks. So, and again, as everybody here agrees, so far this album is absolute fire. Not a weak song in the mix. I mean, the flow, the song selections have been fantastic. I mean, we've already talked about this before, that you had a ton of songs that you could have chosen from, but you decided that, most of these songs were brand new. And I don't know if it's just something that's instilled in you, and maybe you can tell me if it's like a certain sort of a balance, but your propensity to write some amazing, super strong song structures, there's got to be partially already ingrained from me, because a lot of people don't know this. But you've got family that has been ingrained in music from day one of your life. Lots of involvement from the Prince camp, but also imparted from all the people that you've worked with.
Right.
I mean, everybody from Earth, Wind and Fire and Snoop Dogg and all these people that just have this. Where does that songwriting bug come from? That some people just have it and some people don't. You've got it. Where do you feel like is the biggest influence for you?
It's a really, really huge influence, actually. Is my mother. She was a lyricist, and she gave me these words that has become another mantra. She said, "You're right." She said, "What I used to tell myself when I need to write something is, you're a writer, so go write." And that was it, And so that's been something I've been repeating to myself, and along with kind of being a sponge, and like I said before, trying to take the positive from every experience you're a part of, even if that experience is like, oh man, like this is not the coolest situation right now. It's trying to find the positive and take something from that you can then carry on to the next thing that you're a part of. So the culmination of all of those things is where I get that sense of writing from, and just trying to lean into, what is it that I want to feel right now? Where does this song speaking in terms of the arrangement, it's like, I feel like it needs to go somewhere. Like, I don't feel like I'm at the right point, or it needs to do this. Like, I can't explain it, but I know how that feels. So I'm going to keep chasing after that feeling until I find it.
Yeah, I'm seeing some questions here. I'm actually forwarding you these winners, Michael, so that you have all their information. I just forwarded you Claire's information. Jacqueline asks, will we get a chance for a Q&A? Absolutely. If you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask Michael, feel free to post them in chat. And in between songs, in between these sets, we will ask the questions. That's kind of what we're doing right now, is getting to know Mike a little bit more and to hear this album in its entirety. And it's been absolutely fantastic. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them now. All right. So that brings us to the next to last pair of songs. And actually this particular video set is the last opportunity that you'll have to win, because the last video is a song all by itself. And that song is called See You Again. And that one's actually going to be solo all by itself. And there may be logos in it, but you're not going to win. There's nothing to win. So this is your last opportunity to win if you're counting logos. But these two songs are called Mountain King, which is a friggin' amazing title, and Faith Love You Anyway. And Jeff, I'll let you start out with Mountain King.
Absolutely. Mountain King. And the song, it's such a strong driving beat to it. So it just really driving. I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was going after something kind of like primal, like just the feeling of it. Maybe not the instrumentation, but like the feeling of it is very kind of primal sort of feeling. Like when I wrote this song, I was kind of like in the middle of creating this album, and at times I felt like I was in the wilderness, honestly, and for quite a while, until I had fully conceptualized what it is that I wanted to do. I didn't really have a roadmap of where I wanted to go or what I wanted this album to be. But when that concept became clear, everything just started falling into place. But for a long time, I was in the wilderness. So this song, Mountain King, speaks a lot to that.
Some questions we got some questions rolling in here. How long have you been performing professionally?
So I've been working in this industry since I was about 16 years old, with Sheila.
And you're 17 now? Yeah,
I'm 17. Yeah, somewhere along. It's been a long time. It's been a long time that I've been doing this, and this record and this music is a long time coming too. So that's why I'm so excited to share with all.
And Jacqueline asks, what do you do when you get writer's block? I think we talked a little bit about this in the beginning, but it's a question worth asking.
Yeah, sure. What do I do? I'm trying to think of some like practical sort of advice I can give. I love listening to other music, and sometimes you need to just take a break and don't listen to anything. But other times it's like, okay, take a break from whatever it is you're doing, and soak in what inspires you. So maybe that is listening to music, maybe it's doing something else. But I think the most important thing is just to be open and to remember that there's no bad ideas. Music is entirely like Jeff said, there's no boundaries, there's no rules. Just do what feels right. Lean into your feelings a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that kind of feeds into Sylvia's question, which says, where do you take your inspiration from? I mean, I think you had mentioned it a couple times, how
everything comes from the foundation is sentiment. Is how I conceptualize it in my brain. Is okay, what is it, the feeling that I'm going after here? If I'm going to write something, or if I'm starting to play something, just being open to like, how does this make me feel, and where do I go from there?
Right. And this will be the last question that we ask before we go into this next set of songs here, because I don't want to get too far off track here. But how many instruments do you play?
as many as the song requires.
Right.
At the time, what's funny, in crafting, this song, like I'm an audio engineer by trade as well, and so that can be kind of dangerous because like you have the knowledge to get the sound that you're going after like right away, and so you're in the studio and it's just you're met with these unlimited possibilities, which why it was so important for me to have a concept for the record, because it's like, oh, I could do all these things, but what does this need?
Right.
But guitar is my main primary instrument. Like I would call myself a guitarist. I would not necessarily call myself everything else. I can play, that's as you can tell in the record, I played all of these instruments, but guitar is my primary. I played a little bit of everything, whatever the song requires.
Well, everything that we've heard here has been fantastic. So don't sell yourself short, because all this stuff was unfriggin' real. So
absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
So let's talk about these two songs that we have here. This is the last pair of songs we have, and again, got to count the logos when we do this, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about Mountain King, which is another song that's kind of rooted in self-help and motivation, kind of talking about an uphill climb or a struggle. And most people, when they write songs like this, they're kind of in the middle of something. What were you in the middle of when you wrote this song?
Yeah. So just like we talked about just a moment ago, I was in the middle of this record. It's being lost in the wilderness that was this record. Until the concept of it was fully fleshed out, did I come out, of this, place of not knowing where I was or what this record was supposed to be. And you get a song like that.
Yeah, Mountain King seems to kind of reflect on the challenges of life and really kind of not giving up. But Faith, however, kind of hints at not succeeding, but that for those that really love you, it doesn't matter if you don't succeed, right?
Right. Yeah. It really speaks to the struggles of life, and it's with as much ambition and motivation and confidence as you might have, maybe things don't turn out the way that you think. But we touched on it in the last interview where Jeff, I think you had said, there's no such thing as failure.
Right.
There's no such thing as failure. And we talked about the power of not underestimating the power of not giving up. This song, even if you try and you try and you try and you try and things don't turn out the way that you thought that they would, it really doesn't matter, because the people that truly love you and care about you will be there anyway.
Yeah, I was going to try to look this up. It's an inventor, and maybe you, which is a motivational. Oh, it's Thomas Edison. If you fail 10,000 times, it's not failing 10,000 times. It's just finding 10,000 ways that something didn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really just about shifting perspective.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then the second song in this is Faith, Love You Anyways. And we're going to talk about the lyrics like I always do. And the lyrics is, because if you say that seeing is believing, I think you miss the point and all meaning of believing. That lyric, I mean, I've heard this before, how people have a hard time believing what they can't see. I mean, this is kind of, it's pretty much what makes God such a divisive topic. Yeah.
Right.
But what are your thoughts on how someone can better grasp belief, and what they can do to just kind of let go and let God, I guess? I know this is kind of deep, but I mean, in relation to this song, but speak for yourself as to what you do to overcome that in your personal life, mentally or emotionally, about kind of rooting yourself in faith and as applicable to the song, obviously.
Right. It really comes from my various experiences, some in music and some, more personal, but I've learned to lean into the fear, like we talked about before. having the confidence to lean into that, you know, and sometime I think maybe the first time I stumbled on it is there was a recklessness about it, that stepping out on faith, even though something's uncomfortable or afraid, and then it just worked. And then, you know, and hindsight is always 20/20. You go, wow, you know, that actually worked out. And I was so afraid of whatever it was at the time. You know, I don't have a specific example, but to me, that's kind of that's the formula that I found and used for myself. You know, find the fear, step out on faith, and then the kind of sidebar to that is work your ass off. So
right,
yeah, right, yeah. So that kind of plays hand in hand with Mountain King. Right? Yeah. All right, so let's play this last pair of sets. It's not the last songs because we have 3 songs. We're going to play 2 of them right now, and then the last song is going to be played by itself. After this 2, again, we only play 1 more song. And again, this is exclusive. You're only hearing it right here on Funkatopia. These songs have not been released to the general public. The brand new album drops August 26th. It's called Genesis, and you're only hearing it here on Funkatopia. Remember, scan that QR code in the upper right over there, or if you're not watching the video and you're listening to the podcast online, which is a lot of you, you can head to funkatopia.com/Genesis and grab those 2 singles available right now, or pre-order this incredible new album. And again, the pre-order is not that big of a deal. If you pre-order it today, please let me know you did it so we can give you a little bit of a shout out. But the album comes out Friday, so it's not much of a long pre-order. And remember, this is the last video to count those logos.
That's right.
So you're going to count the logos for the entire video for both songs, Mountain King and Faith Love You Anyways, not just the one song, both of them together. And this is the last opportunity that you have to win a prize. And Mychael, what's the prize for this one?
So the prize is we're going to get on a Zoom chat. We're going to have a conversation. And from that conversation, I'm going to write a song that's going on the next album.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, you heard it here. So if you win this one, if you are the first person in the chat to indicate how many times you saw the logos during these 2 songs, not just one of the songs, both of the songs, seems like I have to repeat that every single time. You're the first person. You're going to win a Zoom chat with Mychael Gabriel. And what you guys talk about, he is actually going to write a song. Yes, Alita, that is the correct response.
Please talk about bananas. Please
right?
talk about bananas. Talk about bananas.
Oh,
please talk about bananas.
Yeah, make sure you talk about bananas.
Oh, man.
Or custard.
Or custard.
Custard.
All right.
Hey, we're going to make it happen some kind of way.
All right. Yeah, all right. Bananas. Okay. Let's play this. All right.
Yeah,
it's Mountain King and Faith Love You Anyways. Here it is. Enjoy.
Being lost in the wilderness is hard, but imagine the view. Till you're there, you don't care, you can take, you don't think about how you do. But the ice ain't cold, cause deep in the midst of the pouring rain. So wish you were dancing in a flame. Yeah. On an uphill climb, not a hike on the search for the rising sun. A lonely place in the top where the thoughts and the fears die young. House in the night at the moon, you can call me the Mountain King. 'Cause when I leave, I'll never be the same. Don't know how I got here, but can assure that there ain't no food. And the thirst is enough to kill you, anything too hard you lose. If I had to take a guess, I would say it wouldn't hurt that much to pay. Otherwise you can't feast on your pain. search for the rising sun. A lonely place at the top where the thoughts and the fears die young. Hours in the night and the moon, you can call me the mountain king. 'Cause when I leave, I'll never be the same. Nothing lasts forever. Can't help shake the feeling, searching for a meaning. I know there is a purpose between the lines and impetus, but until that time, on an uphill climb, not a high, on the search for the rising sun. A lonely place at the top where the thoughts and the fears die young. House in the night at the moon, you can call me the mountain king. 'Cause when I leave, I'll never be the same.
All right, there you have it. That was it. Oh my God, dude. Yes, and Jacqueline jumped in there with 11. Yes. Jacqueline, you got it.
You got it,
Jacqueline.
You got it.
Talk about everybody bananas. It was that. At first, I think Michael, if you look on your cell phone, I sent you a message. I was like, because at the beginning I was like, I didn't see, because I think like the first minute there was like no logos. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. I kind of did that intentionally to like kind of.
Oh my God. Yeah. Let me say, Jacqueline, congratulations. You won a Zoom call with Mychael Gabriel. And on top of that, you, whatever you guys talk about, hopefully it's bananas or custard, that you are going to. Jeff Page is so excited about
sabotage.
Jeff Michael's going to write a song about it. So congratulations. That's friggin' awesome. There's only one more song left on this album, and there's no logos. There may be logos through here, but we're not doing this on this last song. I just have to tell you, man, this is like probably my fourth listen to this album since you got it to me, and it's just, if we don't hear tracks from this album on the radio, I just don't get it. I mean, I've already kind of lost faith in radio as it is, but I just don't understand it.
Right.
Because these songs, and I'm not just saying this because you're a guest on the show. I've been very, very clear that if your album is garbage or we just don't like it, or it's not made garbage, but it's just not that great. Yeah. You're not going to be on the show. Right. That's very, no offense to anybody who said, hey, listen to my album and you haven't been on the show. Right. That's not what the reasoning is. I'm just telling you that you would not be on the show if this album wasn't badass, and it is. This album is friggin' fire.
It really is
incredible.
Thank you.
With a Y, fire.
I mean,
I like that.
Yeah, Declan loves Mountain King was incredible. And that guitar riff for Faith on the backdrop, specifically in the video with the backdrop with the ocean in the back, was just like, there was something about that was vibing perfectly. So if you make an official video of that song, make sure you have some type of ocean backdrop like that, because something about that worked with the way that it created.
It was its own vibe.
It created a vibe. It is. Yeah. Jevwin said this album is monumental. I feel so friggin' honored that you have unveiled this album on Funkatopia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this is like, it's like winning the musical lottery, man. It's just,
I'm so happy to be here, guys. Thank you guys for everything.
Dude, I can't even, already purchased my pre-order. You probably know who this is. Yeah. Also, I happened to see Dwan Elliott of the Blackshires that was in here. Dwan Elliott's been listening. He's been listening in. He was talking about his fire. He mentioned something about a brand new album also. I don't know if he was referring to his too. He's probably got a new album coming too. But we're talking about this one. And let me just say, again, if you haven't pre-ordered it, scan that QR code in the upper right, or just go to Funkatopia.com/Genesis and pre-order it. It comes out Friday. You'll have it Friday. Now, are you going to put this on vinyl, or what's
so
one step at a time?
Because
obviously.
Well, so there's something I didn't tell you guys before. So we are planning on having some sort of physical copy available at some point. But there's a deluxe version of this album as well to be released with additional tracks and some of the stuff that we had talked about, like extensions, song extensions, and additional songs and whatnot. So trying not to leave too much on the cutting room floor and putting it in the deluxe edition.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I told people early in the show that if you are a Patreon supporter for Funkatopia at patreon.com/Funkatopia, that I was going to be getting you guys an MP3, an official. I was going to purchase it for you if you're a Patreon supporter of Let There Be Light. And the version that you guys are going to be getting is going to be one that's not available right now, which is the extended version of Let There Be Light, unless that is going to be available. Is it available out of the gate, or?
I think it is. I think so.
All right. Well, there's not a little bit of exclusivity that's not there, but you guys are going to be getting the extended version of Let There Be Light. And I'm purchasing it for every Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Funkatopia. So if you're not a member of Patreon, you better jump on board before before Friday, because Friday is when you guys will be getting that track, and I'm going to be sending it to everybody's email. So if you're a member of Patreon, that's when you want to do it. Yeah, Diagonal says, I'm being functified right now. So many fantastic comments. So hopefully you're seeing all these comments that we're putting up here for you while the thing's playing. Alicia says, pre-order from Amazon. Will there eventually be a physical release? We just answered that question. So yes, it's going to be a deluxe edition. It's Oh, here you go. Let us a good question. Signed copies for purchase would be nice.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. And Jack, don't extend the version. Just talk about that. There's some of those. All right. We got one more song. And now, again, I mentioned this a couple of times, but after we're done with this album chat, every single video that you just saw you're going to see one long video. We're going to play the entire album, every single video that you saw in one huge video. So stay tuned if you want to hear this album in its entirety again without us interrupting the flow. This is what we're going to be doing. And the last song is called See You Again. And I think, I had to we were talking about, Gilbert Davison mentioned this to me, that he has a tough time with this song, that it's a really, really, it's a really emotional track. Tell me about this track. What, especially the meaning behind it, or the source of your inspiration for this song.
Yeah. There's so many personal experiences that, we've dived into a lot, but there's also a lot that we haven't dived into in terms of some of the more personal experiences and whatnot. Mm-hmm. This song, needless to say, there have been millions of tears shed over these past few years, and the healing process has it's been a difficult one. As people across the world, we're trying to grasp onto something that we can hold on to, and that's really what this song speaks of. I was reminiscing on loved ones I've lost. My grandmother passed during the writing of this song. And that got me thinking a lot about what my last words would be if I wanted to say something to my own kids. And so the meaning of this song and the record as a whole is you are not alone.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's that whole thing about vulnerability.
Yeah.
And, that's always great to hear, and that's always going to move people because you're coming from a real place. It's not fake. It's not conjured up. It's real, and we feel it definitely in the song.
I think this comes with being a parent, that whenever you see like movies or things that kind of deal with mortality and deal with, you being in the position of having to, what your kids and specifically kids for me, what they're going to do when I'm gone.
Yeah. And
then there's other layers, like what you have to deal with, how you're going to pass away, how are you going to move on to the next level, and how that's going to affect them, and how it creates such an emotional, it's very, I get so emotional watching shows like that and watching movies and stuff where you see somebody passing away, and it's a child watching their parent die, or even God forbid, vice versa. It's such a powerful topic to cover in a song.
It's a part of the human experience.
Yeah. And I think that's just one of these songs that's just so tough. It's just tough to bear for sure. Yeah. But so let's just dive into it. So if
on a positive note, though,
is there a positive note?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Always.
The song is called "I'll See You Again."
Right.
It's a precursor to a lot of things. You know, I'll see you again in some. It's saying I'll see you again in some form or fashion or another. And back to the album, it's me literally saying, "This isn't it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see you again."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is going to be a little bit of a tearjerker, folks. It is the closer of the album, but it is a very, very powerful, emotional song. So just be ready for it. So don't forget, if you're loving the album, which if you're not, you're dead inside. So, I'm just telling you, this album has been banging. Scan that QR code, pick up a copy of this album. It gets released on Friday, or head to funkatopia.com/Genesis and pick it up there. And such a powerful song, and you're about to listen to it right now. It's the final song on the album. Whew, I don't know if I'm ready for this. It's See You Again. Here it is, the final track on the album. Don't worry about counting logos. Just absorb the song, because there's no prizes for this song. Just absorb the song. Take it in. Here it is. See You Again, right here on Funkatopia Live.
We're only human. All of your dreams, only miles ahead. Don't you hold back. Let go of your feet. Wipe your tears away. Young and restless. The feeling inside intensifies by the moment. Don't say goodbye, but remember to smile, because with no more time is left in life, you find what really matters. What little things, like when we began. Although it's not the end, sometimes it feels like I won't see you again. Oh no, I know it's not the end. I know that I will see you again. So go be reckless. Howl at the night, shout in the mountains, seize the moment. Wind in your hair, facing the breeze, 'cause nothing's hopeless. No matter the lies they try to discover, kiss your lover. Let go of your heart, even if it hurts sometimes. When you look at the ocean from the beach on which you stand, there lies your memories in every grain of sand. Although it's not the end, sometimes it feels like I won't see you again. Oh no, I know it's not the end. I know that I will see you again. I know it's not the end. I know that I will see you again. The scene is breaking light. Tears are for hope, the hope that we are not alone. A covenant we make with love and hope. I'm calling out to you. I declare the promise will uphold. This I know, unless this is the end. Oh no, 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 cannot be the end. Oh no, 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 that's not the end. Oh no, 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 cannot be the end. Oh no, 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 it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not. I know it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not. I know it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not. I know it's not the end. Sometimes it feels like I won't see you again. Although it's not the end, will I see you again? Although it's not the end, sometimes it feels like I won't see you again. But I know, no, it's not the end. So know that I will see you again. I know it's not the end. I know that I will see you again.
Man. Oh my gosh, dude. There you have it. It was the entire album from Mychael Gabriel called Genesis. Comes out this Friday. That was the closing song, See You Again. This album was friggin' fantastic. If you missed any part of it, again, as soon as we're done wrapping up here, we are going to be playing this album in its entirety. I can't believe we've been doing this album chat now for 2 hours and 45 minutes, believe it or not.
Hey, that flew by.
Right?
Time flies. Get some more comments. My heart is pounding at his chest.
I'm just saying, man, this is a great ending song for this album. The goodbye, see you later, the ride is finished, but it feels complete. Like it feels from song one to the end. It feels like we really did go on that journey, and that's just a killer song, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm like ready to get off the ride.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm glad to have
get
gone
back
on this journey with you both, with all of you watching. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Awesome.
what's really, really great about this is that we have a lot of people all over. We got a bunch of people on Facebook, which is a bunch of people on Facebook. We also got lots of people on YouTube, a good bit of people on Mixcloud. But then the other thing is that we've got like people from all over the world
On the app.
listening on the Funked Up app, including Canada, still got some London listeners, Japan, Australia. We've got just people everywhere. So that's really, I mean, it's great that this album has been able to reach so many people all around the world. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this premiere. I mean, that's just like you said, such a powerful song and a powerful closer. And that it's just it's a tough one. It's just like a ballad body slam. But there you have it. It was the entire album from Mychael Gabriel's brand new album that's coming out this Friday, Genesis. If you missed any part of this broadcast, the audio version will be on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search whatever podcast provider you listen to for Funkatopia Live. And again, you can scan that QR code in the upper right-hand corner and go directly to funkatopia.com/Genesis. Purchase the available singles that are available now, or pre-order this album, but you're not going to wait long if you pre-order it. The pre-order always sounds like it's so far in the future. It's just 2 days, or again, as my daughter says, 2 sleeps. And remember, if you're a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Funkatopia, I'm going to personally be purchasing you the MP3 for the extended version of Let There Be Light to all of our supporters, all levels of our supporters. And I'm going to be shoving that out into your emails. I would love for all Funkatopians, regardless of whether you support us via Patreon or not, to head to funkatopia.com/Genesis and pre-order this album. It's phenomenal. We listen to this album, and every single song I can hear it on the radio. I mean, I listen to most of the stuff they have on this is far superior than the stuff that's playing right now. I don't get it.
I gotta say, I can hear every one of these songs in my car.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's I mean, for me, that means something, because I love to drive, and certain songs I just want to hear when I'm driving, and it allows me to get absorbed. This is one that has to play on rotation. I know this is my car song.
I can tell you right now that my daughter Jaden, when she hears Summertime, that's going to end up being on her playlist. She has this laundry list of happy songs, like that Sunroof song. I can't remember who sings that song. Walking on Sunshine. So she has like all those songs. This is going to be in that mix. I promise you. Awesome. Yes. Jedwin, thank you so much for joining us on this incredible and memorable evening. It's been fantastic. Alicia says, right, this is the far and beyond what the message is for tonight. Support the artist, buy the album. Absolutely buy the album.
Right.
Kari says Mountain King will most def be on repeat for sure.
Heck yeah.
So it's such a great album. There's not a weak song in the mix. And I'm not saying this just to say it because you're on the show here and we're doing this album chat. I'm telling you, this album is so friggin' strong.
It is.
I can't. Just unreal.
It's solid. It really is.
Such a solid album.
Well done.
Bravo, Seb. Bravo for sure. Audrey says the entire album is a love letter. Congratulations. Yes, it is. It's artiste. It's perfect. So I'm going to let you say the closing words, Mychael, and then we are going to end this broadcast by starting the album from the very, very beginning and letting it play in its entirety. And then once the album is done, obviously we'll go back to our normal programming on the Funked Up app. So you'll be able to hear this album in its entirety from front to back with no interruptions of us talking. Just enjoy the album front to back. And you can also stay right here too. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Mixcloud, you can stay put. Same thing with Funked Up. Just stay put. You guys get the opportunity to be able to see the video, all the videos that you just saw in succession in one long play video. We're going to be doing this as soon as Mychael gives us our goodbye messages.
I don't think there's anything left to say, but just to express my gratitude to all of you, to Funkatopia, to you, Christopher, Jeff Page, everyone listening. Thank you so much for this evening. It was a blast.
Yeah, just so many kind words. I mean, everybody's seriously saying you should be proud of yourself, and I agree.
Absolutely.
I would if this were my album that I put together, I would be so proud of myself. I would just I wouldn't stop talking about it. It's not even my album. I'm going to start.
This
thanks,
album
guys.
is easy on the ears.
Easy on the ears. Hey, I like that.
That deserves a laugh track. I think you got one of those. Nope, not that one. There you go.
There you go. That's it.
I'll eventually get this thing out. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Mychael, thank you so much for this amazing album. And I'm gonna drop out us but the QR code is going to stay in place so that you guys can actually purchase the album. I may remove the scroll, but for right now, Mychael, thank you so much for joining us and for allowing Funkatopia to help you with this album release party. And it was our honor. And thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It was such an amazing experience. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. All
right, everybody, you know what to do. Head to funkatopia.com/Genesis. Buy this album right now. I know where you live. I literally know where most of you live. So, all right, here it is. The entire album with no interruptions. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Enjoy. Thank you guys. Good night.
I'm on fire, gonna bring the heat and play for keeps. Never been the one to take a back seat. Know what I mean? You look to be like a mushroom, burning fire. We're misbehaved, little too untamed. But never blind to what's going on. Now that I'm here, lend me your ear. Enjoy the breeze, yeah. Nobody, no way, gon' stop me today. Not uptight, but don't play. I ignite, let there be light. You feel the mood, changing the room. It must be blinding to your gentle eyes. That's no surprise, I get that right. On account of my burning fire, temperature nice and high. Call me a cosmonaut, cause of the city's eyes far beyond outer space. Don't pump the brakes, make my own way, cause I know where I'm going. Nobody, no way, gon' stop me today. Not uptight, don't play. I ignite, let there be light. Don't fight, this bitch is my pride, my bride, alive and wild, yeah. Nobody, no way, gon' stop me today. Not uptight, but don't play. I ignite, let there be light, yeah. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Listen up real close to hear the sounds of Jubilee. Don't give me that look because I know you got nowhere to be. Relax a bit before I show you how to begin. Up down ain't even right, yeah, you know how it is. I say now, if you can't find the cool, turn on your notifications. Look, so cinematic, we be beaming down to your stations. You hear that? A thunderclap, finger snap, put us all in ignition. Do what you can, gonna shake off all your inhibitions. Yeah, cause we're on a mission to celebrate, celebrate like the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you. Yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. Don't you rush it now, no, that will be a sin. Lock it in real tight, cause we made to get it in. Let's go. Forgot to mention how we rose from the debris. The ascension to more possibilities. That's confirmation. Wait a minute, what it is? We blazing down again with mad ambition. It's our condition, yeah. 'Cause we're on a mission to celebrate, celebrate. It's the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you, yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. That's fine, we got the medication to bring a fever up, I'm sure you'll be elated. We in the rapture now, a perfect ecstasy. We got the heat and grit, that bold tenacity. Now tell me, what you know, show you right, learn you something. Yeah, you run, oh you suck, amplified, but remember, one more again, we on a mission to celebrate, celebrate like the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you, yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. That's our mission, yeah. To celebrate, celebrate like the 4th of July. Oh, I could kiss you, yeah. Celebrate, celebrate until we die. Let's celebrate, let's celebrate our lives. Oh, let's celebrate until we die. Woo! Kid, have a good time. Gonna sort it out like a big dog, but not highbrow. Like an airplane, not high now. Little mid-flight. Oh yeah. We're so red. You feel it. Not sentimental, but enjoy the passion. You know the game, you're radioactive. Like gasoline, flames on the matches. Choose a pair for bringing the magic. I said, ain't tell no lies, ain't tell no lies to ya. Said I could send you a message, because no silly disguise gonna shock the wise in ya. I'm much more than you can fathom. Madam, I'm Adam. Let's summarize my memorandum. Don't need a man to understand you. The sun and light shine on the moon. Like you and me, that'll be us soon. I said, bringing the surprise, try to put a smile on ya. Want you to teach me a lesson. Oh yeah, little exercise, promise I won't frighten ya. Goes in the night like a phantom. Madam, I'm madam. Show you the best side of me. Baby, you can lie to me. Time it don't matter. Yeah, you shot like a Wolverine, cutting me open. I'm coping and hoping that you take me away. overthink his plans, but I'd like to meet someone spontaneous too. And the rules go out the window when it comes to you. Most times I feel like I can be shy, but my confidence when I'm with you's at 99. Yeah, forgive my attitude, ain't When we're feeling down on our fever dreams and we all fall apart, and that's when you get to work. Oh yeah, take my hand, stop all your worries, make some memories instead. The sun will never end. No, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. Baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime in any kind of weather. Whenever, yeah. Simmer down a little, cause we got a ways to go, she says to me. Unless you got the steam in your engine, girl, your UV ray, your photosynthesize me, guaranteed. Honey, all I need. Oh, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. Yeah, baby, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime in any kind of weather. Whenever, yeah, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. Wherever, yeah, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime in any kind of weather. Whenever, shaking now, feeling it in my knees. As the ground shakes out of my feet, yeah, we're killing it. Sun kissing, trick, happy, only you're my trick, baby. Sure enough, me and you can get by, but I'm done with living the life. So, baby, you're my superstar, but don't be jealous of my guitar. You always make it feel like summertime whenever we're together. Oh, baby, here we are. You always make it feel like summertime in any kind of weather. Whenever, baby, girl, you always make it feel like summertime. Oh, baby, girl, you always make it feel like summertime. Feeling deep inside, you're rushing in, yeah, the moment of the rise. Feel it in my soul, a heavy undertow. Nothing left to say, get the journey on the way. Going to shine, the diamonds in your eyes. is hard, but imagine the view. Till you're there, you don't care, you can take, you don't think about how you do. But the ice ain't cold, cause deep in the midst of the pouring rain. So I wish you were dancing in a flame. Yeah. On an uphill climb, not a hike, on the search for the rising sun. A lonely place at the top where the thoughts and the fears die young. House in the night at the moon, you can call me the mountain king. 'Cause when I leave, when I leave, when I leave, I'll never be the same. Don't know how I got here, but can assure that there ain't no food. And the thirst is enough to kill you, anything too hard you lose. If I had to take a guess, I would say it wouldn't hurt that much to pray. Otherwise you can't feast on your pain. Yeah. On an uphill climb, not a hike, on the search for the rising sun. A lonely place at the top where the thoughts and the fears die young. House in the night at the moon, you can call me the mountain king. 'Cause when I leave, when I leave, when I leave, I'll never be the same. Nothing lasts forever. Can't help shake the feeling, searching for a meaning. I know there is a purpose between the lines and impetus, but until that's done, on an uphill climb, not a hike, on the search for the rising sun. A lonely place at the top where the thoughts and the fears die young. House in the night at the moon, you can call me the mountain king. 'Cause when I leave, when I leave, when I leave, I'll never be the same. won't you hold back? Let go of your feet, wipe your tears away. You're restless. The feeling inside intensifies by the moment. Don't say goodbye, but remember to smile, because when no more time is left in life, you find what really matters was little things, like when we began. Although it's not the end, sometimes it feels like I won't see you again. Oh no, I know it's not the end. I know that I will see you again. So go be reckless, howl at the night, shout in the mountains, seize the moment. Wind in your hair, facing the breeze, cause nothing's hopeless. No matter the lies they try to discover, kiss your lover. Let go of your heart, even if it hurts sometimes. When you look at the ocean from the beach on which you stare, there lies your memories in every grain of sand. Although it's not the end, sometimes it feels like I won't see you again. Oh no, I know it's not the end. I know that I will see you again. I know it's not the end. I know that I will see you again. The scene is breaking light, tears aren't anymore. The shadows that I once fought fell to the floor, and I traded my reservations, my doubts and desperation for hope. The hope that we are not
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic time. That was the entire album for Mychael Gabriel's Genesis. And that album is available for pre-order right now at funkatopia.com/Genesis. You can also pick it up for pre-order any place that you buy your MP3s and whatnot. But also make sure that you head to funkatopia.com/Genesis because you can connect with him on his website, on his social platforms, and everything else. And you definitely want to make sure that you are there because it's going to be a lot of fun and you guys just need to be there. So there's to it. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing album release party. We got a good chance to sit with Mychael Gabriel and talk with him quite extensively and interview him about every single one of these songs. And you just got done hearing that album in its entirety. So for you funked up folks that have been listening on the app from all over the world, we're going to go ahead and stop the broadcast right now and go back to regularly scheduled program and enjoy. So here you go, funked up folks. Goodbye. As for your other folks, YouTube and Mixcloud and Facebook, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been an amazing night. What a great album. I hope you guys pick it up. Again, funkatopia.com/Genesis. Be sure to pick up that album. Thank you so much to Mychael Gabriel and all the folks involved with that album. And pick it up because it comes out Friday, August 26th, just a mere 2 days from that now. But you can pre-order it right now. Such a fantastic album. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. We're going to call it a night at this point. What a long friggin' night. Good night, everyone. Have a good one.